Okay. Are we live? We are live. Bit of a late start tonight. Hopefully it's not too late for y'all. Been a bit since we booted up this game, huh? Been a hot minute. All I can really remember from last time is that Makina was being adorable, and Amane was doing Amane things. That's pretty much all I can remember from last time. Other than that, don't have a whole lot to say as of yet. I have been enjoying what I've seen so far. I did enjoy my time with this game so far. But, you know, I'm only a little bit into it. We still have a long, long way to go with this game. I'm also trying a new bitrate tonight to see if that helps with the issues we were having last night with Motorcycle Club, because I swear that mod is cursed at this point. Also, is it just me? Or do Amane and Makina kind of have a junior and senior thing going on? I've talked about this quite a bit throughout the series already. But they really do give me... Excuse me, they really do give me that vibe. Makina's so precious. Like, that was the main thing I got out of last episode. Makina is just so precious, dude. Also, it was a bit nostalgic just hearing this theme again. Alright. Yep, so this is where we left off. I think it was the start of a new day in-game. And... yeah, I like how they all have, like, titles for the in-game days. Idiot Girl, Fake Tsundere. Obviously talking about Michiru. And Discord embeds are being stupid again, because I updated the thumbnail, but it does not reflect that on Discord. Really dumb. I hate it when it does that. So, whatever. Just have to close the embeds. I hate it when it does that, dude. I seriously wish I could figure out why that happens. Hey, how's it going? I'm curious how much of an impact changing the bitrate is going to have on stream tonight. Because I lowered it from where I had it, thinking maybe that will stabilize things more. Also, while I'm getting everything set up here, can we talk about the fact that my hockey team, my fucking Wild, laid the absolute smackdown on Nashville tonight? Like, holy shit, dude. That game was something else. There. Wish I could figure out what made Discord embed, what makes Discord embeds be just stupid. What was the final score? 6-1. So we didn't get the shutout, but our boy Doer got a hat trick, which is pretty awesome. Yep, clean 5-goal difference. Yeah, they lost the shutout, but it's still an absolute smackdown on a team that, prior to tonight, was on a 6-game winning streak. So, yeah, last thing they wanted to see. Last thing they wanted to have happen. Just absolute knockout. So yeah, maybe this is the start of a winning streak for us. And after that 7-game slide, we definitely need it. You know, just saying. We could definitely use it. We could definitely use it after that 5-game slide we went on. There we go. Alright. So we're ready to get started here. Last thing I'm gonna say, I had to bring somebody in here because they were outside on the floating island out in the rain. So Snuggica here is going to sit on the desk with us while she warms up, wrapped in her little blanket there. So yeah, we've got Snuggica here with us tonight. She really doesn't like being picked up, but she's a precious little bean. Almost like a cat. Some cats just don't like being picked up. And Snuggica is one that does not like to be picked up. Look at her, she's so cozy. She's so cozy. Anytime I move the mouse back over to the boss window, she just moves back here. If I hold the mouse while dragging outside the window and then let go, she stays. So I just have to be very careful to not navigate towards that window, which is going to be easier said than done. So, yeah. That's all the preamble I have. I've got my notes document right here. And I wrote in my notes, reading them back, I wrote Makina is like a cat, and future me is fucking rolling on the floor laughing. That's what I wrote about that, because I'm just like, bro, that is hilarious. Yes, I would like to load this save. Let's hit it. Let's see where we left off here. Yep. So we left off on June 10th in game. Right. I think we went yeah, that's right. We had Amane make us something because she insisted in our own room. So yeah, that was something. It's very dangerous to jump to conclusions about someone. Yeah, that it is. You know what they say? Don't judge a book by its cover. I mean, you make a judgment without sufficient information. You're going to be at least slightly off. Whether that's an over or underestimation, it clouds your perception and often comes back to bite you in the end. My employer is exactly the sort of organization that lives and dies by gathering accurate intelligence, and I heard a lot about its importance from my acid-tongued master as well. Therefore, I make a conscious effort not to label others prematurely. What are you doing over there, Michiru? Off to a great start already, I can see. Yeah, first thing we see is Michiru just going, oh, this is gonna be a good time. What are you doing over there? You can do it, Michiru. That said, every time this Matsushima Michiru girl enters my field of vision, I find myself dying to stick exactly such a mental label on her. It's kind of easy to do. She makes it so easy, dude. Yo, Michiru. Hi. Hi. Been standing in front of you for a while now. Why are you acting like you just noticed? She was a little preoccupied, Yuji. I think that's the reason. Poor visibility conditions. Okay. I see, understood. But that utter lack of awareness might cost you your life someday. Please make sure to look both ways for cars before you cross the road. Shut up, stupid. I offered an appropriate warning given your actions. Why the verbal abuse? Because that's how girls like Michiru work. Hey, I was just trying to help. She vigorously throws the empty paper carton she was holding at me. Flying into a fit of rage just because someone tells you something doesn't, just because someone tells you something you don't want to hear isn't a good habit. You don't say. Yeah, don't do that. I'm just going to leave you to the voices in your head. Clearly being practical with you is not getting us anywhere, so, I'm just gonna move on. Just turning my headphone volume up a bit on my end. Everything sounded kind of quiet. Judging that I don't have a foothold in this conversation, I pick up the garbage Michiru hurled at me and temporarily withdraw from the scene. Probably a good move. 100% vitamin C drink? Reading out the description printed on the carton, I tilt my head in bemusement. I've seen plenty of 100% fruit juice drinks, but this is a new one. The parent company of this manufacturer is a pharmaceutical corporation. Maybe it's some sort of undiluted vitamin solution used in beauty products? Or maybe it's not meant literally and they're just exaggerating to play up the fact that it's packed full of the stuff? Probably the latter if you had to ask me. Either way, it's a soft drink that emphasizes its vitamin C content above all else, which means it's probably incredibly sour and acidic. Must be torture to drink unless you got a pretty strong tolerance for that sort of thing. I do like my sour things, so I would probably like it. So why was she drinking this stuff? From the look on her face, I don't think it was out of fondness for the taste. As one Takeo Masaki once said, just not for taste, merely effect. Some kind of flagellation? Flagellation? Or maybe... I could ask you the same question, Yumiko. Interrupting my thoughts, Sakaki stares at me suspiciously. Yo, if it isn't you mean. Do you always have to bust that out as a first resort? Calm down. If you lose your sense of humor, you won't be able to live a fun life. Yeah, word for the wise from Yuji. A lot of people could stand to hear that nowadays. You have no idea. That line aged like fine wine right there. Like, Well, well, I found the minimize button. It's F12. Well, aren't you just a real piece of sunshine? Aren't you just a real ray of sunshine? I see. In that case, it wasn't a nickname. Slip of the tongue. Happy now? Touche. Aggravating as I may be, Sakaki nonetheless approaches me. This? It's an empty soft drink carton. That blonde girl was drinking it earlier. I think you misunderstand. She threw it at me. Is collecting this sort of thing as evil a hobby as that scowl implies? I'm interested. Please explain in detail. She's just fucking with her. Sure, I can Google it, but why don't you tell me? I think that would be more fun. For some reason, Sakaki is trembling with anger. Seems I still can't anticipate what will trigger this woman's wrath. She's very unpredictable, yes. Yeah, we saw that. Right, I wanted to ask about that. Why is she drinking something she so plainly hates? Did she lose a bet? Is she being bullied? Was she placed under some malevolent spell? No, I don't think it's any of those things. No, it's funny how our minds always seem to assume the worst, isn't it? Alright, correct me then. Yes, please, enlighten me. Uh-huh. I guess that makes sense. And yet I'm pretty sure you knew this was Michiru's carton before you asked. No, I mock everybody equally. That's what I'm here for. I was just trying to explore an apparent logical inconsistency. The wrinkles in Sakaki's forehead grow deeper and her glare sharpens. Apparently there are some logical inconsistencies best left unexplored when she's around. Specifically, those concerning her contrary personality. She probably doesn't like being called out. I don't know if that's it. I think it's the fact that she's the ultimate tsundere, and she has to do tsundere things. And I did see that Sansi posted his final day of No Nut November mod, which is something. I haven't seen it yet, but I did see that it dropped, which I think is pretty neat. Now that you mention it, it seems like she's always carrying those Ramune. I don't know. There's too. My mind sees too many ways to pronounce that, so you tell me. Ramune, Candy's around. Are you interested in knowing whether I'm interested in Michiru? That's probably for the best, Yumiko. With an extremely displeased expression, Yumiko leaves the room. There sure are a lot of troublesome girls in this place. Spending a little time sharing a dorm with them, it's pretty obvious that everyone in this place has a few screws loose, and probably a few skeletons in the closet as well. Amane and Sakaki aren't easy to deal with in the first place, and there seems to be more to them than they're letting on. Oh, of course. The same is probably true of Makina and Sachi. That said, when it comes to that bottle blonde girl, no matter how many times I try to look below the surface, I keep hitting rock bottom right away. If she's got any hidden depths, they're very well hidden. This is true, yeah. All we really see of Michiru right now is just, look at me, I'm the tsundere, ah! Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's December now, so now, like, we can actually, like, properly start doing Christmas stuff. That being said, don't expect to see that from me until we actually get, like, actually close to Christmas Eve. Because I work in retail. You know this about me. I hate Christmas music. I like Christmas itself. I like the holiday. I just can't stand Christmas music. Retail has ruined it for me. So yeah, if you like Christmas music, just don't play it around me, okay? Because I will just be like, no, turn it off, turn it off! In other words, I've got a persistent suspicion that she's an idiot. Yeah, I thought that was self-evident. Still, it's too early to label her. I should bide my time and get a better idea of her personality before reaching any conclusions. Yes, that would be wise. But seriously now. Up. What are you doing? You wanted to be heard, so I acknowledged you. I'm not spying on you, I just happened to be here. Leaving that aside, are you drawing the character for person on your hand? That's a pretty stale superstition. God damn it, I need that bit from the commercial. Very superstitious. Heartburn and indigestion? No thanks, I'm good. Sure, might come in handy sometime. You're too sweet, Sachi. I thought the drawing on your hand thing was supposed to calm you down before a big public speech or whatever. Since when did it become a replacement for azulene sulfonate sodium? Sulfonate sodium? Shut up about your malware bytes sale, malware bytes.
その成分については過分にして存じ上げませんが、みちる様の体内がワンダーランドなのは疑いようのない事実です。
That's what she wants you to think. You're pretty cruel, Sachi.
何がひどいんですか?
I think that's unintentional sarcasm is what he's getting at. Never mind. Like I said, Sachi, you are too sweet.
ちょっとあまね、待ちなさいよ。うわ、みちる、どうしたの？昨日、あまねに買ってきてもらったジュース、思いっきり賞味期限切れちゃってたわよ。
And that's why you check expiration dates when you go to the grocery store. Because you never know when the people working there forgot to check the dates. Shit happens, man. Been there, done that. There we go. Oh yeah, Zach. I found this one here out on the island when it was raining earlier. So I brought her in. I'm surprised she still has it. Alright, the moment of truth.
道、何よ、別に責めたりしないわよ。ただ、完璧主婦を演じるあなたにもこういう弱点があるということを認め。
Something tells me Michiru is being Michiru again.
今年何年か言ってみなさいな。バカにして。今年は2012年でしょ。2011年です。
Yep, Michiru doesn't know how to read years on an expiration date. God damn it. God damn it, Michiru. Come on now. Oh, OBS is also telling me we were dropping frames at some point. Not too many, but some, nonetheless. Oh my god, Michiru, you are hopeless.
そうです。あ、じゃあそれ、その表示ってそうよ。ここに書いてある賞味期限2012年5月ってね。だから賞味期限切れてるとか言いがかりなの。夕飯の準備しなきゃ。あまねも悪かったわね。引き止めたりして。待てこら。人にしょうもない勘違いで疑いをかけたことについて謝罪しろ。
You're asking too much out of Michiru, Amane. It's not gonna happen.
逃げやがった。
How unfortunate. Yo!
ユージくん、見てた?
Ever since your polite greeting of God towards your classmates. What a fun scene.
あの子を何度も相手にしてたらそういう反応になるでしょ?
Oh, believe me, I'm starting to understand. I think I can see where you're coming from. Yep. She is just overwhelming, let's say. Pile enough of these cases together and I can't help but bring my deadline for a conclusion forward. One day the topic of Michiru comes up and we're all gathered together. Incidentally, the person in question is already in bed. Why do you think she's an alien? The way she behaves, I don't blame her. A unique theory. Oh god, she's a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist. That a fact? Although I have no intention of taking anything Makina says seriously, the scary thing is, when she says this about Michiru, it almost feels plausible. I can see it. I can see Michiru being a tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist. What, you ever thought about that? You were mumbling something interesting, so I was curious. Sorry. Please let me hear your delusions about Michiru, the ET, when you're in a better mood. Sorry if I rubbed you the wrong way, but try to keep in mind that I don't mean anything by it. You sure about that? How about you try not to rub me the wrong way instead? Don't take that too literally, folks.
まあしかしあのおバカっぷりが今まで命に関わるところで発揮されなくてよかったわよね。もしかしたらオリジナルのミチル様はすでに生き絶え、現在のミチル様は全くの別人ということも。
So she's an android, is what you're saying, Sachi. An interesting theory.
ごめん、さっちゃん。さすがにそれは話が飛躍しすぎでしょう。そうですね。ミチル様ほどの頭加減なら自分が死んでしまったことにすら気づかないという可能性もあります。
Oh, roasted.
それフォローになってないし。
Oh please, this is fun. I like seeing this side of Sachi. A devil lives inside Jiru Jiru? A devil, you say? Damn, is that what lives inside all tsunderes? What's the matter, Sakaki? Sounds like you suddenly caught your breath in fear.
私の行動に逐一突っ込まないでって言ったでしょ。あと詳細に説明するのもやめてちょうだい。
Sorry, Yumiko, but that's my job, so you're gonna have to take it up with me outside of the screen if you want me to stop.
私もう寝る。なんだか怖くなってきちゃった。
Oh please, I'm having a blast here, Amane. Come on, don't bail on us early.
ってなんか寒くない今日。
It's June. I don't know.
そういえばちょっと冷え込んでますね。
Is it raining outside or something?
くしゃみが出る前に暖かくして寝ないと。
Oh, come on, you'll be fine.
そんじゃおやすみなのよさ。お兄ちゃんもチルチルのことは忘れていい夢を見るのよ。
Thanks, Makina. Is it really okay to just forget about her? All the head pats for Makina, everybody. All the head pats for Makina. Alright. June 11th, 2011. The next morning. Having finished my usual morning routine, I'm waiting for the others in the lobby. For some reason, nobody's showing up. June 11th, 2011. Let me go to the calendar here. Yeah, that's a Saturday. That's a Saturday, dummy. I don't know if they got school on Saturdays there. But, yeah. It's a Saturday. Cold Breaks did a remix of Gourmet Race from Kirby. Sounds awesome, Cerberus. Pretty sweet. Meanwhile, I'm just bopping to this. And the menu theme for this game. The menu theme for this game is sweet. Everybody's late at once? Seems like a bit too much of a coincidence. Looks like it is you who forgot what day it was, Yuji. The pattern so far has been Amane and Makina noisily arriving first, followed by Sache and Michiru noisily arriving second, with Sakaki sullenly arriving last. The normally rowdy morning is bizarrely quiet today. Aw, you don't sound too good. Just as I'm thinking this, Amane appears around the corner of the hallway. She's hunched over, hiding the breasts she's so proud of. Her hair is sticking up in places and her skin seems rough. You look bad. Beloved breasts are all shriveled. That might have been a step too far, Yuji. I'm just messing with you. Got a cold would cause breasts to shrink. Never heard of one. Sorry, force of habit. All understood. I'll do my best. This would be a very appropriate moment for that famous flub of mine. Where are the others? Ugh. Aww, Makina caught the same. Monica caught a cold too. That's no fun. So we're waiting on the other three. As I speak, someone appears from around the corner. Hi, Sachi. You don't look too hot either. Sachi, the next to arrive, has an equally severe case of the sniffles. Her maid uniform is disheveled, bringing to mind certain cheap Japanese pornos. Jeez, harsh. I don't think there were many historical periods where catching a cold was punishable by death, Sachi. This is all of us so far. Makina's unconscious in her room. Sakaki? Just as I was speaking, I hear the sound of dragging footsteps from around the corner. You too, huh? It's obvious just from a look at Yumiko's face that she's in bad shape too. She must be pretty out of it, since she hasn't noticed that her socks are strangely bunched up at the toe. Her hair is a mess too, with loose strands bouncing around at every step. You say so. Mind if I ask what I'm supposed to be leaving? Understood. I won't comment on your bunched up socks or those stray hairs you've got all over the place then. God damn it. Yumiko's forehead creases in the usual way as she straightens her hair and fixes her socks. But the powerful aura of rage that normally accompanies her scowls isn't there. Staying healthy is part of my job. At the very moment everyone was imagining a certain face. Michiru dramatically appears in the hallway, as if she'd been lying in wait for the perfect moment to make her grand entrance. Probably because she had, in fact, been lying in wait for the right moment to do so. She jabs a finger out at us in an apparent attempt at an impressive pose. You're negligee with your health. Negligent. Staying healthy is part of my job. Catches cold. You're fired! You know, when I get back into playing Bloons later this month, because I want to do that, I'm probably going to try beating Chimps on that one map again. Because I got up to the point where I could challenge Chimps mode, but I wasn't able to beat it. Because I saw in gaming chat you lost on the very last round, and that's tough. That's tough. I feel for you there. Yeah, autocorrect is a bitch. I'm not sick. Also, didn't you mean negligent? I thought so too. Ignoring me and her own poor grasp of the language, Michiru continues to harp on the negligee group. It really is humiliating. The Chimps round cap is whatever your free play highest is, right? No, Chimps is just always round 100. No, you just always play it to round 100 on Chimps. There is no round cap, because trust me, if I had to play on Chimps difficulty to my highest free play round, I would never beat a game of Chimps mode in my life. Because I think I've made it to, like, I forget what my highest round is on that game, but I want to say it's like close to round 400, if not past round 400. I could be wrong about that. As I say this now, I think the highest I've made it is like, I want to say like in the 390s. No, it's not 300. I think I'm exaggerating. I think it's more like in the 330s or 340s. Now that I think about it. I only thought that because your highest free-to-play round is also 100. Nice. That's a good start. Because, yeah, the highest free-to-play round I've made it to, I don't have the game in front of me, and I'd have to install it to check. But I want to say it's over 300. Not close to 400. No, I haven't made it that far yet. You know what? I can actually check this. Because there's this funny little website I compete on called Cyberscore that actually has charts for this game. And I think I uploaded my highest round. I guess not. New mod idea, Doki Doki Bloons Club. I don't even know what you would do with that kind of crossover. I don't even know what you would do with that. I'd be more down to see a Bloons mod that adds DDLC stuff. I'd play that. Likewise, ignoring Sakaki's crankiness, Michiru reaches into the pouch he's carrying, takes out a variety of boxes of plastic pouches, and places them on the common room table. How kind of you, Michiru. Bloons Club Dart Monkey route? Oh god, no. In a truly rare spectacle, the group obediently follows Michiru's orders. The girl seems overjoyed, almost disturbingly so. This has happened before. For once, I think I can actually understand where you're coming from. Poisoning? I think you're just paranoid, Yumiko. You might not be too far off with that hypothesis. It's just that you aren't the ones being poisoned here.
私だけ風邪ひかないわね。なんでなんだろう。
Michiru tilts her head in honest puzzlement. A daily vitamin C intake on the level of a self-poisoning, a sleep and activity schedule like that of a grade schooler, and a naturally tranquil, vacant mind. Combining all of these factors, it's no wonder she doesn't get sick often.
まあ、いっか。ほらほら、ユミコもぼーっとしてないで。早く取るもの取って部屋に戻りなさいよ。言われなくてもそうするわよ。
But she did anyway. Although her words sound defiant, Sakake also immediately takes advantage of Michiru's kindness. I think if I had to go any route in the Bloons Club, I might just go the route of the Magic Monkey, because that's one of my personal favorites to use in game. That and the Sniper. I love the Sniper. It's so much fun to use. I'm trying to remember what some of my other favorite ones were. I think my favorite Paragon is the Monkey Ace one. Oh, and the pirate ship. The pirate ship one. I forget what it's called off the top of my head. But that one's especially nice. Excuse me. That one's especially nice on watery maps. Even if her willpower has been weakened by the cold, it doesn't seem like the Sakaki I know. I see. I've gotten something of a new perspective on this girl. Honestly, there's no mistaking the fact that she's an idiot. And without a doubt, she's a necessary idiot for this place. Among this strangely precocious bunch, Michiru is a complete outlier in her lifestyle patterns and thought processes. I guess her presence actually helps balance out the group in a way. Oof!
ああ、アマネが持ってっちゃったのね。わかったわ。じゃあ後で部屋に持っていくから、薬だけ持って戻りなさい。わかった。ユミコも存分に感謝するがいいわ。
Don't overdo it. I like how she's just grimacing.
いや、その感謝してもいいよ。
Above all, I'm seriously surprised by the way something vaguely resembling friendly feeling seems to be temporarily present between her and this box cutter woman. Sakake's apparent interest in Michiru also seems to hint at some sort of positive emotion. Michiru might have some sort of mysterious charm in her own way.
ちょっとユージ。
What? Hey, that's my line.
あんたもぼさっとしてないで、風もらわないようにマスクするとこしなさいよね。
No.
ここに用意しといたから立体マスク。
Yeah, I'll take one. Taking the mask Michiru thrusts out at me, I return to my room. There are parts of people you can't judge from a unified perspective. Trivial as it might seem, I picked up another bit of knowledge at the school. 2 days later. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Ishoshawa! Ishoshawa! Several days after the cold incident in the dormitory. Yep. Yeah. Michiru. What would we do without you? Once again, I encountered Michiru drinking something sour in the lobby. From the way she's writhing in agony, she doesn't seem to have gotten used to it in the least. Why are you so caught up on drinking sour things? You don't seem to enjoy them. Do you enjoy making yourself miserable? Hey, I'm not judging if that's what you're into. If this is just one facet of a deeper masochistic fetish, I'll have to demonstrate a certain level of acceptance and understanding. Yup. I'm not sure that's how that works, Michiru. What? Who published a thesis like that and where? I like to think I have a basic familiarity with the benefits of vitamins, at least. Vitamin C's effects are so famous that I'm actually surprised to hear anyone was still researching it. Sardines? The head of tuna? Sardines, tuna and a positive effect on the intellect. I think I get it. You're gonna need a whole truckload of those drinks then. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Unfortunately, judging from the way she's confusing vitamin C with DHA, that's probably not going to happen anytime soon. But to explain her mistakes here and now would be way too cruel. I'm sure she'll naturally discover the truth herself someday. Well, you may not be capable of teaching me much at the moment, but I'm counting on you to help me out if I get sick. Don't worry about it. You just keep up the vitamin C intake and regular sleep patterns for everyone's sake. Baka. Spitting out a venerable tsundere stock phrase as her parting shot, Michiru stalks off. I don't stick labels on people prematurely. Regarding the girl named Matsumisha Michiru, in consideration of various events up to and including the current case, I have arrived at a certain conclusion. This girl is, in fact, an idiot. It's like, yep, you're over here rolling your eyes a minute ago. Oh, I'm just happy to get screen time, huh? But yeah, it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. That night. Probably because I've been living in a world where maintaining a decidedly realist perspective is a matter of necessity, I've never felt any interest in the paranormal or occult phenomena. Such stories are often frauds, created to prey on the weaknesses of human nature. And more fundamentally, I've never found any meaning in the idea of the supernatural. But in my workplace, where human lives are frequently given and taken, these sorts of rumors aren't uncommon. Even a disinterested party like me has absorbed more stories than I can count on both hands. Story time! When he got back, he went delirious with fever. His limbs grew numb and eventually totally immobile. When a doctor examined him, they couldn't find any cause for his condition. They threw in the towel and left him to rot in bed. No, that's what really happened. And he died a month later. I don't tell lies, even white lies. He's dead. Left me a little something in his will.
チルチルは怖がってるのか喜んでるのかわかんねえ反応なのよさ。
It's impossible to tell with her, Makina.
ミチル様はびっくり箱のようですね。まさに文字通り。
Ooh! Ooh! Michiru-sama is scared out of her wits, such as they are. Ooh! Roasted! Compared to the reasonably calm Sachi and Makina, Michiru's in a state of serious terror.
救いないわ、一切。
Amane's expression is also strangely cramped. From the way her Kansai accent is leaking out, I'd say she's not quite unaffected herself.
呪いとかそういうのが関係しているのでしょうか。
Don't know. He wasn't that healthy to start out with, so there's a good chance he just picked up some illness that killed him.
もうお医者さんが見ても何もわからなかったんでしょ。
Yeah.
ああもうだから怖いってそういうの。持病あるとかそういう半年ぐらい前から設計してたとかそういうソースないのねえ。
Nope. She clamps her hands over her ears and thrashes around, moaning like a wild animal. Though the course of her evolution seems to have reached a new stage, this isn't the time to study that hypothesis. Were you that scared? Sorry.
怖くなんかないわよ。びっくりしたのよ。怖いのよ。
So you were
ミチル
scared.
様、落ち着いてください。結論が時計の針のごとく元通りに。だってマジじゃんこいつ。普通は気を使ってもうちょい緩い話にするのに、容赦一切なしで優しさかけらもないし。
Are you surprised?
いいじゃないか。チルチルがここで恐怖のあまり失禁したとしても、みんな何事もなかったかのように振る舞う優しさは。
Makina! Makina! Stop it! She's already dead! Oh my god! Are you for real? Oh my god! Makina! Oh, that is the most ruthless thing I have heard Makina say this entire goddamn game. Oh my god, dude. Oh, that was ruthless. Oh my god, that was great.
失禁しねえよ。あとそれ優しさじゃないから。残酷だから構え。
Understood. If and when Michiru pisses herself, I promise to pay very close
すん
attention.
なよ。
At any rate, my story's over, so let's stop for now. There are 5 candles in front of us. I blow out the flame on the last one that's still burning.
はい、お疲れ様でした、皆様。
Sashi turns on the lights and begins to clean up the candles. After dinner, for some reason, we all ended up telling scary stories in the lobby. Wonder what prompted that. It was a standard campfire-style ghost stories round, with everyone having a try at frightening the rest. Maybe the lukewarm summer night made for a good atmosphere as everybody was really getting into it.
なんだかんだ言って最後の のユージ君のが一番怖かったわ。
風見さんの話は虚飾がない分だけ本物っぽく聞こえましたしね。
Well, it's not fiction.
ちょっとやめてよ。最後は嘘でしたで終わっておくのがせめてもの優しさってもんでしょ。
Sorry, Cupcake, you ain't getting that from him. If I told you it was just a story now, would you believe me?
信じるわよ。ちゃんと言うなら信じるから。
No, you don't. Alright, got it. That story about the tunnel was all a lie. Also, my co-worker's alive and kicking.
やっぱ無理。信じられないわよ。なんとかしてよ。洗脳してよ。そういう機会持ってきてよ。
I think they'd give up after a few minutes with your brain. Ignoring Michiru's hysterics, everyone starts to head back to their rooms. At this point, I realize something's been a bit odd about tonight. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Sakaki. The others pause at my words and turn back around with thoughtful expressions on their faces.
そういや、今日は見かけなかったわね。さっちゃん見た？
いえ、今日は学校では見かけましたが、寮では見た記憶がありません。
私はちらっと見たけど、すぐに部屋へ引っ込んじゃったから。
Okay.
その後はわかんないのよさ。
Okay, so she's around, just didn't care for story time, huh? Maybe she didn't want to deal with us in a group? Given Sakaki's personality, I can't imagine her voluntarily participating in this sort of social event. My guess would be that she just shut herself up in her room, since she couldn't avoid running into our gathering if she went downstairs.
いや、あの子って別にそこまでこういうイベント嫌いじゃないわよ。
Really?
まあ積極的に参加してるかというとそうでもないけどね。でも参加しておかなきゃって意志みたいなのはあると思う。
Huh. Maybe it's because we're here. We know she's not really fond of our existence, so that's probably what it is. Amane nods at Michiru's words.
そうね。普段みんながここで集まってる時もあそこに背中くっつけて立ったままで話聞いてたりするもんね。
She points to a pillar on the edge of the lobby in the hallway.
はい。だから今日この場にいないことは比較的異変のように感じます。
Definitely, I get where you're coming from. I see.
ユミちゃんはわかりやすいテンプレみたいなクーデレだから照れてんのよさ。お兄ちゃんがちょっとスケベ心出して突っ込んだらそんな恥ずかしいじゃないって速攻落ちるに決まってるのよさ。
You sure seem to know what makes her tick, Makina. How do you know all this?
はい。それぐらいの対応はあってしかるべきではないかと思います。榊さんは精巧なロボットのように的確なクーデレぶりを常時発揮されますし、今回の一件もそれに起因するものであるのはもはや明白であると思われます。
私、
Hmm.
なんか今すごくユミコに同情しちゃったわ。
同情？なんで？ひょっとしてチルチルもわかりやすい属性持ち同士
I get it, it's
その辺は分かり合える
because...
部分があるとかそういうの？同族意識？チームプレイ？
I think they forgot to tag that as Makina's line. I was gonna say, wait a minute. This is the 1.0 version I have here, so I kind of expected a little bit of this.
なあ、顔背けてねえで言うのよさ。
うるせえ。あんたのそういう必要ないじりに同情するって言ってんでしょうが。
Oh, come on.
大きな声を出さないでください、みちる様。急に大声を出すとお体に触ります。私は一方に生きるみちる様が心配でなりません。
Oh my god. Damn, that is subtlety right there. If you raise your voice all of a sudden, you might break something in that fragile head of yours. I'm deeply concerned about your rash lifestyle. Oh, masking concern as a jab at your friend. That is incredible. Sachi, you are a gift.
サチもなんかな。なん
As I watch Makina, whose abusive tongue and nasty personality are growing more pronounced, Sachi, whose cyborg-like reactions are growing more dramatic, and Michiru, who's growing more victimized by the day, I find myself growing a little curious about Sakaki's way of life. Come to think of it, since that box cutter incident was resolved a few days ago, I don't remember exchanging anything but very basic communications with her. I don't intend to pry too deeply, but for the sake of a smooth school life from this point on, it might be a good idea to learn a little more about her. Huh. Hey, there's something I want to ask you guys. Do you have a few minutes? The next day.
気のせいかしら。
Is what just your imagination?
危なかったのよさ。
Oh, we're following her. So we're tailing her for a day. that was a certified oblivion moment. It was just the wind.
はい、さすがに勘が鋭いですね、榊さんは。
Apparently not sharp enough to catch us, though. You're being followed by this many people, of course you're gonna notice. Yesterday evening, I tried lightly asking the others about Sakaki's daily life and habits, but the answers I received in return provided much flimsier information than I had expected. The one thing we know about Sakaki Yumiko is that she doesn't let people see much about herself, much less her private life. Our only real glimpses of her thoughts are hints from her gestures and body language. In short, Sakaki's lifestyle is a vaguely defined mystery even to the people she's been living with. Without an active effort at observation, things are likely to stay that way.
だからこそ、ユミちゃんの生態を調査するのよ。
Yup. Probably 80% out of idle curiosity, Makina and Sachi ended up volunteering to cooperate with my investigation. That cooperation has taken the form of an incredibly sloppy tailing operation that was nearly given away in a matter of seconds. To be honest, they're nothing but a burden, Makina in particular. I asked the wrong people.
どうかしたのよ。
Nah, forget it. If things get bad, it's every man for himself. Putting aside any reflection on the basic question of why we're doing this for later, we continue our investigation of the highly mysterious Sakaki. This is not going to end well. My sorer feet. Aww, poor Makina. More head pats for Makina. Come on now. Everybody with me. Lying limply on her side on the sofa in the lobby, Makina mumbles a few grammatically scrambled words of complaint.
結局、何一つわかりませんでしたね。
Sachi flops down next to me, heaving a tired sigh herself. Well, her guard was even tighter than anticipated. Spending an entire day following her every movement outside of class, we gained absolutely no new information. During her free periods, she reads books and absorbs silence. Her pace in school was always steady and regular, without any suspicious hasty movements.
人間味が感じられなかったのよさ。ロボットっぽいというか、無機質な感じがしたのよ。
That's one way to put it. Just as Makina says, Sakaki's behavior was reminiscent of a machine.
はい、あれではまるでサイボーグのように思います。
You're one to well, whatever, you're not wrong. But I don't think I can be satisfied with this. From what I heard yesterday, Sakaki doesn't dislike being in a group with the others. Even if she doesn't participate in the conversation, the way she's constantly lingering at the edge is easily comprehensible from the perspective of human psychology. That doesn't fit with her machine-like actions in the daytime. In the first place, does she ever let her emotions show on her face? Apart from the hostility Sakaki showed me at first, I haven't seen any evidence of an emotional reaction from her.
そういえば、喜怒哀楽とはちょっと違うのですが。
Sachi raises her hand and speaks somewhat hesitantly.
榊さんがびっくりしているところを見たことならあります。
You have you? Startled. Sakaki? It doesn't seem like she'd bat an eyelid even if the dorm exploded under her. What kind of surprise got a reaction out of her? In response to my question, Sachi continues in a slightly hushed tone.
榊さんにはかなり不本意な話だと思うのですが、その
Instant
カット焼きそば
yakisoba.
をですね。
Instant yakisoba?
はい、おヤングのソース焼きそばです。湯切り楽々ホールが標準搭載、熱湯3分。
Not interested in the brand name or product features. What does that have to do with
あ
Sakaki?
のカップ焼きそばって湯切りをするじゃないですか。
Yeah, I gathered that
お
much.
湯を捨てた時にシンクが熱湯に反応してボンって音を立てるのわかりま
I suppose. Sure, it'll make a sound if you dump it all at
す？はい、
once.
それで同じことを榊さんがして、うん、
Oh man. Not the instant yakisoba, no.
焼きそばが仕方ない。榊さん、これそのままで、私は後片付けをして帰ってきました。
How nice of you. Oh, Sakaki did that? With that cool and calm appearance, you'd never think she'd be startled by something as small as that. In reality, she must have a pretty low tolerance for sudden scares. Kind of want to see that side of Sakaki. But I'm not particularly likely to run into her at the exact moment she's draining her instant noodles. And given Sakaki's personality, I doubt she'll make the same mistake twice. Although I wouldn't mind seeing her cautiously filling the sink, preparing a strainer, and intensely draining hot water either.
いいなそれ。私も見てみたいのよさ。
Unfortunately, I doubt she'll do that twice.
それは湯切りの話でしょ。別の方法だったらいいのよ。
Since we're talking about putting stuff in a sink, have any of you ever put a piece of dry ice in a sink? It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny what happens when you do that. And like run some water on it. What? Makina lightly jumps off the couch, floating a diabolical grin.
ユミちゃんを待ち伏せして驚かしてやればいいのよさ。
Do we now? What are you saying?
面白そうだけど、榊さんをひどく怒らせることになるんじゃないのかな。
Just as Sachi says, when you consider the aftermath, trying a stunt like that on Sakaki seems like a very dangerous plan.
私だけでやるから大丈夫なのよ。バレないようにやるから平気なのよさ。
Mischievous Makina. But Makina's malicious curiosity seems to outweigh her awareness of the risk.
さっち、そろそろ帰ってくる。
はい、あと2分ほどで玄関に到着します。
I can't believe they're going through with this. Intelligence arrives from our detached unit, namely Sachi.
これであとはターゲットが近づくのを待つだけなのよさ。
Is this really going to work?
万全なのよさ。お兄ちゃんはそこで高みの見物を決め込んでおけばいいのよ。
Just as Makina says, I'm hidden near the hallway, observing the scene.
ユミコが驚くこととか本当にあるのかしら。
って、なんでチルチルもいるの？
いいでしょ。気になるから来ただけよ。
Yeah, nobody said you were gonna be here. Sakaki climbs her way up the stairs, approaching the second floor hallway. In that instant, Makina calls out instructions into her call phone.
今なのよさ。
At Makina's signal, Sachi cuts the breaker to the hallway from the other end of the phone call. Sakaki is taken aback for a brief moment. But her voice quickly regains its usual steadiness. Once again, her footsteps ring out in a regular rhythm. Yeah. Right as Sakaki approaches the door to her room, Makina presses the switch in her hand. Sakaki twirls around at the odd noise, but finds nothing more than a flower pot sitting demurely on a nearby shelf. Demurely? Demurely. Demurely. I have no idea what that means. It's one of my favorite things about playing these. I get to learn new words. In a quiet and well-behaved way. Okay, fascinating, fascinating. In the unremarkable earthenware pot, there is nothing but a small decorative plant. This is fun. Sakaki sighs in relief after discovering the innocuous origin of the strange sound, but she hasn't taken her eyes off the houseplant yet. As Makina whispers these words, she presses the switch a second time. Just then... Now where have I heard that sound before? The perfectly normal houseplant abruptly splits in two down the middle. From its depth, an object resembling a giant eyeball emerges. Although it might be different under bright lighting, seeing this thing pop out at you in the dark must be something of a shock. As expected, Sakaki freezes dead on the spot, her eyes and mouth wide open. I bet. How are you, dude? You excited for Saturday? Well, Sunday for you? Something that might be an attempt at speech and might be simple gasp leaks out of her mouth. After a moment, she draws in a great breath of air. And, in a loud voice that I never could have imagined emerging from Sakaki's mouth, she screams. The sound echoes throughout the dorm. It's not just that she's loud. Unlike her normal low, vaguely threatening tone, Sakaki's voice right now is remarkably girly. Gotta fix your roof leak? Ooh, didn't know that was going on. Oh, of course it had to be right above your monitor, dude. Oh, that sucks. Oh, I feel for that, dude. F in chat for my man Caleb's monitor. Oh. Hopefully it's not too many, but damn, that sucks. That is the worst. Oh. Although I feel a little sorry for Sakaki as she trembles in terror, this is a truly interesting spectacle. It really is a sight to see. Makina, calm down! She is, and I love it. God damn it! Oh no. Dead pixels are red pixels that come on the screen. It's a sign that there's a fault. They're flashing and appearing in every black part of the picture. Oof. Yeah, dude, I saw it in his server, but thanks anyway. Losing their balance, Makina and Michiru tumble from their hiding position, landing in front of Sakaki. God damn it, you've ruined Makina's master plan! At this point, Sakaki finally grasps the nature of the situation. Yeah, those things ain't exactly cheap, so I feel you.
あはは、ヤミコ、どうしたの？停電しちゃったみたいね。
You are such a terrible liar, Michiru.
急な停電だったからびっくりしたのよさ。
I respect the attempt, Makina, but there's no salvaging this. Just then, Sachi returns with exquisitely bad timing.
やりましたね。お見事です。作戦は大成功。
Now look what you've done! After adding some exquisitely unhelpful lines, she clamps her mouth shut. Alright, well, if you can't make it work, let me know. Cause we can put it off for another day. If it isn't gonna work. I'm not gonna make it if you got that going on. Just keep me posted, alright? Cause as much as I want to get back into Steins Gate, I don't want to have you dealing with that. If you're, getting your main, desk space getting taken care of after a leak. Can make it work with another monitor, it's just a pain in the ass. Well, again, that's your choice. Just keep me posted, like I said. We'll only go forward with it if you want to, dude. Everybody, get ready to run. Yumiko looks around the faces of everybody on the scene, and then glances down at herself.
どういうことかしら。
The tone of her voice has returned to normal.
いや、これはね、ちょっと理由があって。
うん、チルチルがやろうって言ったんだよ。
Makina, that is brilliant. How are you gonna disprove her?
チルチルも楽しんでたんだから同罪だよ。粛々と無所暮らしするがいいのよさ。
だったらあんたも罪を償えよ。私一人悪者でしょ、今の言い方。
そう。何が目的かわからないけど、あなたたちが仕組んでいたのね。報復は覚悟の上ということでいいのね。
Oh boy, you guys have fun with that. Yeah, you guys have fun with that. I'm actually gonna turn the voices up. They're kind of quiet. Unless you guys thought where they were before is fine. We'll see how that sounds. That's not gonna work. As the perpetrators scatter around the dorm, Sakaki tracks down Michiru. There's murder in her eyes. She's waving her box cutter around like the incarnation of wrath. Where did the person who let out that cute scream go? Don't think she's going to calm down anytime soon. Turning my back on the violent turmoil taking place on the upper floors, I head downstairs by myself. Smooth criminal. Hi. Again, you're up early.
誰かさんに下劣なドッキリを仕掛けられないよ 早めに学校へ行くことにしたのよ。
Not a bad idea. After that, Sakaki caught the criminals and beat the details out of them as they groveled in penance before her. As a related party myself, I was called before her to receive my own interrogation. In the end, she heaved a truly exasperated sigh and, without any particular retaliation, returned to her room with heavy footsteps. Good idea. Don't know about Sachi, but Makina and Michiru are probably still asleep. Sorry. She reaches her hand into her pocket, presumably containing her box cutter, glaring reproachfully at me. I raise my hands dramatically over my head in an attempt to demonstrate my lack of hostile intent. In response, Sakaki sighs deeply, passes by my side, and strides off quickly in the direction of the school building. So, mind if I ask you something?
これ以上私に何の恥をかかせる気なの?
What? No! As I follow a few steps behind her, she answers my question with her own, her voice hard with an attempt at intimidation. I'm not looking to tease you or look down on you. It really is just a question.
分かったわ。じゃあ手短に言ってちょうだい。
Did you know everybody had a late night gathering in the lobby 2 days ago?
そうみたいね。
So she was aware of it after all. If you knew about it, why didn't you join in? From what the others told me, you don't particularly dislike that sort of thing. If me being there made it awkward to join in, could you say why? I would like to know before I can try to correct my behavior. I'm clearly an alien existence in this school, much less the dorm. I don't intend to trample on the native people's territorial rights or the dignity of their culture. Not that I plan to be particularly submissive either, but still. As much as possible, I'd like to aim for a peaceful coexistence, meaning I need to understand the boundaries I shouldn't cross. Easy. For that reason, I want to know why Sakaki absented herself the other day. Especially if it's connected to me in some way.
別にあなたに直してほしいところがあるわけじゃないわ。
Okay, in that case, why? In response to my question, she hesitates for a moment. Rather than being uncomfortable about speaking her feelings to me, I get the sense that she's reluctant to admit the truth to herself. After about 20 seconds of silence, Sakaki finally speaks.
私、怖い話とか嫌いなのよ。
Can definitely understand where you're coming from with that. Especially after what we saw last night. Truly unexpected words. Indeed, yeah. What did you say just now?
そんなに意外そうな顔を向けないでくれる?
Apparently my face is easy to read, as Sakaki reproaches me with a resentful expression.
あなたの言う通り、別にあそこに集まったりするのが嫌なわけじゃない。いいでしょ？人には苦手なものだってあるんだから。
Yeah. I hear ya. Judging from the way she got scared by the sound of a sink denting and dramatic success of the prank yesterday, I did gather she was your standard scaredy cat, but it just feels weird having her actually come out and admit it. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Just seems really out of character.
あなたに直してほしいところが一つできたわ。
And I bet I know what it is. What?
その無神経さよ。少しは人に気を使ったらどうなの?
Good luck with that. After Sakaki speaks those words, she makes a beeline towards the school building without stopping or looking back. From her dignified bearing, there's not the slightest hint of the person who shrieked at that prank. Guess I should just leave this alone from now on. As the first step towards mending my apparent insensitivity, I decide to refrain from teasing her further. At any rate, through this incident, I've discovered that even this stone-faced cutter woman has her cute side. Yep, so we at least did learn something useful. Imprinting. What are we learning about imprinting? Newborn chicks identify the first thing they see as their parent. The term refers to this sort of rapidly formed durable conviction. Today, almost anyone you ask will have heard something about the phenomenon, but fewer know that imprinting isn't limited to the animal kingdom, but also occurs among humans, even average female students. This particular discovery is the product of my own recent experience.
Kazami-san, konbanwa.
Yeah. When I leave my room, I find Sachi heading toward the second floor with a deck brush and a bucket. Is this a set cleaning time for the dorm?
いえ、そういう決まりはありませんよ。
Then why are you carrying a bucket and deck brush?
それはこれから大浴場の掃除をしようと思ったからです。
Oh, okay. If I remember correctly, you told me a contractor comes in to clean that bathroom.
はい、その通りなのですが、業
But
者
what?
さんが私たちも毎日来られるわけではないので、日頃の手入れはお願いしますと言っていたので。
Yeah, kind of like our vendors aren't there all the time, so sometimes we do their work for them. I get that. So you're cleaning it on your own initiative.
はい、時間があった時はみちる様やあまねさんも手伝ってくれるので、そんなに大変じゃないんです。
That's nice of you. Oh, I guess that's sort of class rep-esque, but more importantly, you intending to clean in that outfit?
はい、なるべくメイド服でというのが皆さんからの希望なので。
When you can, huh? Considering the vagueness of those words, I'm a little concerned about how she's interpreting them. So, when you go out, what do you usually wear?
メイド服です。
How about when you're studying in your
メイ
room?
ド服です。
When you're in the bath?
すっぽんぽんです。
When you're sleeping?
メイド服です。
I think I get the picture. When you're out on vacation, a maid uniform. It's the classic person who says yes in response to anything, as a response to any question. Hey Jerry, how much of that stuff do we need? How much of those French onions do we need on the shelf? Yes. Wait, what? Wait. How far do we have to move the shelves down for this display? Yes. God damn it. She really is taking the most liberal interpretation of this. Wear a maid uniform when you can. Basically, she's in a maid uniform pretty much every moment she's not in school. No wonder the principal said she wears them more often than not. But wearing a service uniform even when you're sleeping is a little... Wait. Don't tell me you don't have any other clothes.
持っていますよ。
So, what? You just really enjoy wearing that uniform?
どうでしょう。最初はただ着ているという感覚だったのですが、よく見るとところどころにあしらわれたこのフリルも可愛いですし、今では往年来から愛用していたもののようにしっくりきています。
Yeah, I like frills, so it's all good. So basically, she likes the clothes themselves. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. In that case, Sachi, let me give you my opinion on your style.
はい。
Fundamentally, men are simple creatures. Rather than clothes with a narrow appeal like a maid uniform, we prefer a simple, straightforward, erotic look. Oh boy, wow, he is really giving the deep dive here on the male psyche. This is great.
つまり、すっぽんぽんということでしょうか。
Depends on who you are, but generally speaking, yes. It's a bit extreme. Also, it takes time and effort to change the appearance of your body itself.
ということは下着
Right. For example, I'd imagine you're wearing modest underwear appropriate for a student. But what do you think would happen if you, the class rep, flashed everyone a peek at unexpectedly adult lingerie?
どうなりますか
That momentary glimpse of your unpredictability would dramatically shift the way people perceive you.
なるほど目から鱗です
In conclusion, underwear isn't something you hide, it's something you show off. Keep that in mind.
なるほど下着は隠すものではなく見せるものでも
Oh
ない
dear.
下着は隠すものではなく見せるものでも
Yuji, you're playing with fire here. Yuji, I think you're playing with fire here. Be careful what you say to Sachi, okay? But if you go past the casual level with this, it'll backfire on you. Do it in moderation. Well, that should be common sense, but...
覚えました
Alright, I think I've gotten my point across.
はいわかりました
With those words, Sachi heads to the second floor. At that time, I had forgotten something very important. This school, there are students for whom common sense doesn't always apply. Well, that and common sense is becoming, well, less common. So, yeah. Alright, the 17th. 8 a.m.
幼女おはよう
Yeah. On entering the classroom, I exchanged greetings with Michiru, who was, as usual, the first to arrive. Followed by Yumiko. Next up, Sakaki arrives. Taciturn as usual. Taciturn? Google? I need you again. Reserved or uncommunicative in speech. That definitely sounds like Sakaki, alright.
みんなおはよ
Hello. The energetic Cicada sisters follow.
おはようございます
What? So yeah, all those people that signed off for the night, this is what you get for staying. Sachi, god damn it. God damn it, why? And finally, Sachi, in her underwear. Yeah, that happened. Yuji, I told you you were playing with fire. Her underwear? Yep, as expected, Michiru's doing a spit take. Amane is... she looks aroused? Like, huh? And meanwhile, everyone else is just like wide-eyed, like, what? The four others freeze up at the unexpected spectacle.
さっちゃんとりあえずこれに着替えて今はこのお願いが絶対最優先
Coming to her senses, Amane grabs a maid uniform from Sachi's locker and throws it at her.
はい小峰幸着替えます
前置きはいいから早く
はい着替え終わりました
That was a moment of all time with this game. God damn it. God damn it. Why? Once Sachi's on-the-spot change is complete, Amane sighs in
ちょ
relief.
っとサチ ちゃったってどころの騒ぎじゃないわよ。
いえ、今日は下着を見せ
You
ようと思
thought you would try it. God damn it. Now she's gonna tell everybody who gave her that idea.
なんで？
昨日下着は隠すものではなく見せるものでもあると教えてもらったので。
They're both like, wait a minute. Oh, and I like how the name is just A. Sachi's reply is a word-for-word repetition of my advice from yesterday. I told you you were playing with fire yesterday, Yuji. Although that's admirable in a way, it seemed the warning I added at the end went in one ear and out the other. I think that's what it was supposed to be. It just got shortened to A for some reason. And these withering glances of scorn aren't exactly comfortable either. Sorry, but my proclivities are pretty normal. I'm not gonna get off no matter how much you glare at me.
誰がそういうプレーだと言ったか。
Could have sworn.
この状況でどこをどう間違ったらそういう考えになるのか、こっちが聞きたいくらいよ。それに、そういうことを言って得する人間は今この学園に一人しかいないと思うんだけど。
じゃあ犯人はお兄ちゃん？
Yeah, we did tell her that. I don't think this is how Yuji thought it would go.
最低ね。
You're welcome. I'll be here all week. With Amane's words, the other two turned their glares on me as well.
ねえユージくん、ちょっと聞きたいんだけど、もしかして昨日さっちゃんに何か言った？
I did tell Sachi that underwear is more popular among the male population compared to a maid uniform. I didn't mean to demand that she come to school wearing nothing else.
あんたにそういうつもりがなくても、サチがそう思ったら同じことなの。
It's not my fault if she interprets my words that way. So this works on the same theory as schoolyard bullying?
サチはアマネなんかと違って純粋な子なんだから。それどういう意味？
You know exactly what it means, Amane.
ああ、ごめん。ただの例えってだけだから。
No, it's not.
例えならいいって問題でもないと思うんだけど。
Oh, come on. Own it, Amane.
あの二人に任せておくと話が進まないから代わりに言っておくけど。
Please.
小峰さんは融通が利かないというか、言い方は悪いけど、頭にバカがつくほど真面目なのよ。
Yeah, I've noticed. So much so that she'd hear, wear a maid uniform when you can, and then wear nothing else from the next day on.
そうそう。で、なんであんたがそのこと知ってるのよ。
She told me herself the day I transferred in. She nods. Sachi confirms my words silently.
まあ、今まで私たちに聞いてこなかったのが不思議なくらいだったしね。
上に同じく。
You seem so chipper about all this, Makina. What's with you?
そういうわ
I
けで。
think Makina's becoming my new favorite.
ピュアホワイトなのよ。
Clearly.
ちょっと前、十徳ナイフのことを説明した時にも言ったと思うけど、サチの前で軽はずみなことを言うと、こう誰かみたいに後で泣きを見る羽目になるん
Like
だ
a
から。
certain someone once did? True, it's pretty lame the way she keeps calling you Michiru-sama.
人がわざとぼかして言ってるんだからはっきり言うな。
Too bad. I thought she was indirectly asking for the follow-up, but it seems she actually forgot. But it seems she actually thought she was being vague.
他にもメイド服のまま水泳の授業を受けようとしたり。
Heh. Heh. Makina, elaborate? What do you mean she tried to swim in a maid uniform? That would end horribly.
寮の屋上からロープを垂らして外壁の掃除をしようとしたこともあったわね。
Well then. She sounds unusually athletic for a class rep.
仕事を選ばないのがクラス委員ですから。
まあ普通のクラス委員は着衣水泳をやろうとしたりロープとかの真似事はしないと思うけどね。とにかくそういうわけだからいい加減なことを幸に吹き込まないように。
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
小峰さんも女の子なんだからもう少し慎みを持った方がいいと思うわよ。はい、その線引きが非常に難しいですけど頑張ります。
よし、じゃあユージのこともギャフンと言わせたことだし1時間目のさっきのやりとりの中でそんな部分あったかな。
そこは言わないでおいてあげるのが優しさってもんなのよさ。
You're probably right about that, Makina.
小峰さん、意外に大人びた下着を持っているのね。
Apparently finished with their warnings and advice, everyone except Sachi returns to their respective seats.
すみません、風見さん。私のせいで皆さんから怒られてしまって。
Oh, nothing to apologize for. I don't think I worded my advice that well, and I'm impressed by your willingness to put your body on the line.
ありがとうございます。
So this time I think I'll teach you about how to casually emphasize it. But uncasually emphasize your underwear instead.
そんな方法があるんですか？私また目から鱗がこぼれ落ちそうです。
だからあんたたちは人の話を聞きなさいってば。
No! Because that's no fun. They say that for a parent bird, raising one chick to adulthood is the work of a lifetime, but for a transfer student, making friends with a classmate of the opposite sex is pretty rough in its own way. Alright, 3:30. On dark nights, it's not uncommon to mistake foliage swaying in the wind for the movements of a sinister human form. If you're alert, you'll understand rationally that it's just an illusion. Your senses feed off of that instinctive twinge of terror, transforming the rustling of leaves into the whisperings of a demon. The shrub or tree in question, this quirk of the human mind must be irritating. They mind their own business, spending their days earnestly assimilating carbon dioxide into ligneous tissue, and this is the thanks they get? Ligneous? The plants don't get the worst of it. There's nothing quite as obnoxious as the way people push misconceptions onto their animals. All too often, pets are treated more like receptacles for the selfish delusions of human beings than companions. What if every pet in the world suddenly gained the ability to speak? I'm sure their owners are dying to hear their thoughts, but sometimes ignorance is bliss. It's difficult enough to come to a real understanding between fellow humans. How much harder would that be when one party is an animal? Believing in the fantasy that our pets love us back must be more pleasant than facing that reality.
ちょっと帰りなさい。ここはダメなんだから。
Who goes there? The erotic voice, out of place in the peaceful sunshine. In the past, Japan relied heavily on row housing apartments. With thin walls and nosy neighbors, having sex in your own home can be surprisingly awkward. But as a result, inns aimed especially at couples sprung up, eventually developing into the famous love hotels. And modern housing circumstances usually allow for much greater privacy at home. In conclusion, having sex outdoors in this day and age is less likely an attempt at consideration toward your neighbors, and more likely an attempt at getting an additional thrill. Got a pervert.
そんなところ舐めないで。
Normally, I'm not in the habit of criticizing other people's fetishes, but screwing al fresco carries far higher risks than an amateur might expect. It's a highly unsanitary business. I don't know why the fuck this is what we're seeing right now, but I don't have the slightest idea who might be fornicating here, but I should really tell them off for their own good. Hey, idiots! Should you at least put down a blanket? I'd been expecting a half-naked couple tangled together, so I'm surprised to find Matsumisha Michiru all by herself. I see. So you weren't a mere tsundere after all. You were in fact a sexually frustrated, perverted tsundere.
ちょっと変態ってどういうこと？
I'm actually relieved in a way. You may be twisted, but at least you found a path to follow. Keep at it!
笑顔で肩を掴んでこないでよ。だからなんなの？役ってどこが？
Yes. No, your head seems to be on relatively straight today.
いつだって首は普通だっちゅうの。
No, it isn't. Aww. Listen, I'm telling you that I have respect for your deviant spirit. You're a first-class pervert.
いきなり現れて人を変態扱いするなんて失礼じゃないの？
God damn it. What else would you call someone who gets off outdoors without a thought for their surroundings?
自分で？何のこと？
Huh?
とにかく変態じゃないんだからね。ブワーカ。
It appears that I may have misinterpreted the situation. You think? Of course, there's a good possibility she's deceiving me out of sheer embarrassment, but I'm a kind enough human being to sympathetically pretend otherwise. I see. Sorry. Well, either way, I'll pretend not to have seen this.
なんで見なかったことにするのよ。
Alright, let's say it was a rehearsal for a play. A play in which you're attacked by a hoodlum. Your mouth keeps saying no, but your body says yes. Sound about right?
そんなことするわけないでしょ。
Okay, so your body keeps saying yes, but your mouth says no?
同じことじゃないの。襲われたら拒否するだけよ。受け入れるわけないでしょ。
What? Isn't the tsundere supposed to give in the right way? Give in right away?
そんなわけないでしょ。どうすればそんなアクロバティックな解釈が出てくるのよ。
I don't know anything about that. Well, I'd heard that a tsundere is a woman who says no when she means yes.
あんたっておっさんみたいなこと言うのね。女の子が嫌がってる時は大抵本当に嫌な時なのよ。それを男の都合で解釈されたらたまんないわね。
I see. The tsundere is more complex than I thought.
そうよ、難しいのよ。って言っても私はナチュラルボーンツンデレですから、そういうのもさらっとこなしちゃうけどね。
You just make up the rules as you go. Piece of cake, eh?
さらっとよ。
Boom.
ボーン。
By the way, what's that black bushy thing you've got hidden there?
それしたのに？
Got rid of it? Look to your left. This time Michiru seems to have misunderstood something, so I point to her side. There's some sort of black lump of hair partially visible.
ああ、そうよ、そうなのよ。困ったのよ、この子ってばこんなところまでついてきちゃって。
Oh, that's what it is. So that's where that came from in the thumbnail picture.
うふ、私のことが好きみたいなの。参っちゃうわね。
The lump of fur stretches grandly, revealing its identity. It was in fact a small black cat. The black cat coils around Michiru's legs, purring loudly. Unlike your average rotund house cat, it's a bit scrawny and its hair is dirty and shaggy. Did he really follow you? It looks more like you carried him here.
なんでそういうこと言うの？
Cats don't follow people around unless they're very used to human company. I can't imagine an animal that's careless enough to casually follow some random blonde around to survive long in the wild.
勝手についてきたのよ。本当だもん。
You bribe it with food?
してないよ。
Huh. In that case, maybe it followed you instinctively. Immaturity might be a factor.
ちょっと待ちなさいよ。誰が乳臭いって？
I'll let you figure that out for yourself. Sakaki.
榊か。それでこの子を元の場所に返さないとって思ってるの。寮で飼うわけにもいかないでしょ。協力してくれる？
No. Why do I have to play house with you? Do it yourself.
あんたさ、女の子には優しくしなさいって言われなかった？
Anybody? Like who?
誰にって、誰かによ。誰にだっていいけどさ。分かった。私が言う。今あんたに言ってあげる。女の子には優しくしなさいよね。
No.
それはないでしょうね。
You can handle a single cat on your own. There's nothing for me to help with. If you were in serious trouble, I'd lend a hand, but you shouldn't rely on others for every little thing.
あんた冷たいのね。信じらんない。アンビリーバボらんない。
Yes, yes I am, and I'm quite proud of it. Baboon!
バボーン。
Alright then, you put that thing back where you found it. Or so help me! Bye.
待ちなさいよ。せめてこうなんかないの？もうちょっとこう優しげなあれはないの？
No! You're really hopeless. Very well. In recognition of your empty head, loose morals, and general incompetence, I'll give you a hint.
ありがとう。
Are you aware that cats hate certain scents? Citrus in particular. If you have something like that, it'll drive him off in no time.
うん。それは知ってるけど、どうすればいいんやら。あ、私のシャンプー、クレープフルーツの香りなんだけど。
That's it! In other words, your twin tails are soaked with cat repellent. If you dangle them in front of that vile black feline, there's no doubt he'll flee. Alright, this mission is designated Battle of the Bulge Cat Edition. Engage the enemy at once.
どうやって？猫憎くないけど。
As of this moment, I'm designating that plastic ornament on the right side of your head Alpha, and that plastic ornament on the left Bravo. First, get Alpha in front of the cat.
フラサグが
Shut up and move! Alpha, forward, attack!
かかります。こう。
Yes, right
ギュ
face.
イーン。
Now, quickly rotate, support until Bravo. To the front. Escort unit Bravo. To the front. Alpha, take rear guard. Good. The target's losing his will to fight. Finish him off with Charlie.
待って。何？急に出てきたチャーリーって誰？
That tuft's sticking up out of your head, obviously. Begin vibrating it at once.
これがチャーリー？えい！ブルブルブルブル。
Oh my god. With feeling.
ブリブリブリブリブリブリブリブリブリブリ。
Aww, kitty. The cat has claimed a spot on her head. I love it. Yes. Oh, that's great.
乗ってない？
He is indeed.
あんた、この状況を見て何か言うことは？
Analysis complete. Abnormal perspiration, animal on head, eyes like a dead fish. The above 3 points conclude my observations.
違う。事態が悪化したことへの謝罪とかないのってことでしょ。どうしてこうなった？
Because your head looked comfortable?
そういうことじゃなくて、これ追い返すどころか馴染んでるじゃないの。
True, the operation has failed. Retreat!
返す
God, you're hard to please. Doesn't have to bring out my trump card. Hold current position. I'll go get a bucket and water.
ちょっと待って。今なんて
You heard me. Getting a bucket and water.
なんでそんなことするの？あんたよくそんなひどいことできるわね。
Cruel thing. Did you think I was gonna dump water on the cat?
じゃあ何するの？
Sit on the bucket, drink the water, and take a break.
なんで急に休憩時間に入っちゃうのよ。そんでお水まで飲んじゃうの？バカなの？
Did you just make light of water breaks? You maggot. Are you underestimating the horrors of dehydration? By the time your body's asking you for water, it's already too late. Regular, moderate fluid intake is an absolutely crucial part of your daily life.
いや、分かってますから。その部分をバカって言ったわけじゃないよ。
I would know.
その熱く語らないで。
Always got my water with me every stream. Oh, sorry, couldn't help myself. Well then, I'll be getting that bucket. Stand by.
待機しない。この状態を早くどうにかしなさいよね。これじゃあ猫かぶってるってみんなににゃー。
Aww, look at the kitty. Cat just wants to sit. The shoe fits. No, seriously, it seems to have taken to you quite a bit. If you want to drive it off, maybe sprinkling water on it really is the best option. You do want to drive off the cat as soon as possible, right?
そうだけど、でもそんなひどいこと絶対しないで。
It's just a stray cat, so I think I can. I'll get the water.
ダメだってば。猫ニャーがかわいそう。
Huh? Kitty meow. Cat's just hanging on. Kitty
言
meow.
ってません。そんなこと言ってません。
Even the cat's like, God damn it! What did you just call me, woman?
そんなことより早くこの子をどうにかしないと。
Right, splashing water from a bucket it is then.
それは絶対にダメなの。猫にゃ。どう？この猫がかわいそう。何よ。
Is that his name?
何か？
Is that the name you gave the cat?
だから何がよ。
I'm asking whether you gave this animal that ridiculous name. Answer me.
違います。そんなこと言ってませんし、名前なんてつけてません。もう何よ。
Bumo.
もう。で、さっきからちょいちょいなんで変な言葉を言わせてるのよ。
Oh, you caught on. I noticed this habit you have of repeating short phrases, so I was experimenting to see how far you'd go with it.
勝手にそんな実験しないでよね。こっちは頭の上に動物乗ってて忙しいんだから。
And you seem quite pleased about that. Pushu.
やんないもん。
Yeah, totally. Intriguing. By the way, that kitty meow of yours has been licking your Charlie vigorously for a while now. Oh man, Kitty's getting comfy. Shall I drive it off?
お願いします。でも水はかけないでね。それはダメだからね。
Understood. Alright, here we go. As I take my first step forward, the cat leaps off Michiru's head and runs off somewhere. It's a bit anticlimactic, but I've fulfilled Michiru's request. And yet, Michiru's glaring at me in apparent displeasure. You'd almost think she didn't really want me to scare the cat off. Good for you, he ran off. You don't look particularly happy, though.
そんなことないもん。ああ、せいせいしたわね。猫にまとわりつかれるなんて本当にうんざりしちゃう。
You, presumably. They're fun. I have too.
私、どっちかっていうと犬が好きだしね。
No, you're not. As Michiru speaks, she's gazing fixedly in the direction where the cat disappeared, her expression wistful. That's a shame.
そうね。残念じゃないわよ。猫うざい。超うざいんですけど。
That aside, I consider thinking a little harder next
何
time.
をよ。
The name, Kitty Meow, is a bit, how you say.
猫いなくなってスキリスキリ。さあもう今日は何して遊ぼうかしらルルル。
Even as Michiru spits out those strained words, she's walking off in the direction the cat disappeared. She's clearly gotten attached to it. Why hesitate to admit she's fond of the thing? Why not just be honest about it? Maybe there's something else going on here. Then again, expecting a deeper reason from a girl who named a cat Kitty Meow might be a little too optimistic. I think I would have to agree with your analysis. And as mysteries go, that tralalar as she left also qualifies. Although it seemed like nothing more than a bizarre shriek. Perhaps it's a special cipher that will reveal a coherent message when parsed with a certain algorithm? Nah, probably not. I mumbled to myself in self-derision. 4:43 in the morning, huh? Habits are persistent things. Even when your circumstances change, they tend to stay with you. Oh, believe me, I would know. Take meal times, for example. I eat at 7 in the morning, 12 in the afternoon, and 7 in the evening. If you know the time, you know how full my stomach is. My sleep patterns are even easier to understand. Unless I'm working or have something to do, my eyelids naturally grow heavy after 10 p.m., and I'm asleep by 11 p.m. at the latest. Even if I don't set an alarm, my eyes open on their own every morning. And usually find the clock reading 4:45 a.m. I wish I was consistent like that. After spending 15 minutes half asleep in bed, I slowly roused myself and applied the eye drops I keep cool in the refrigerator. Next, I drink a bottle of oolong tea, replenishing the fluids I lost through sweating in my sleep. Quick check of the weather outside my window, and I change into my sweats and head out for my daily run. These are more rules than habits for me at this point. Today, as usual, I alternated jogging with wind sprints, responding to the echo of the drill instructor's whistle inside my head. But at this very moment, outside my empty dorm room, a far from routine incident was beginning to take shape. I was heading back to my room after my run, planning on a quick shower and some breakfast, when I noticed something unusual. Suo Amane was skillfully moving her slippered feet down the stairs, careful not to make the slightest sound. The instant I saw her movements, precisely those of an agent on an infiltration mission, I instinctively hid myself in the shadows. I'm now watching her every move. What are you doing? Suo Amane. That woman. Could it be? This cold, sticky sweat on my forehead, and it's not the product of my daily exercise. Am I her target? Amane's holding a key in her right hand. Glancing cautiously around her surroundings, she moves to my door. She takes great care to unlock it with a gradual, silent movement. Just as I thought. It's my room. Consult my watch. It's still early morning. There's only one reason to sneak quietly into a man's room at this hour. Assassination. I don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe that Suo Amane is an agent working for some unknown organization. Now that I think back, there were a lot of things that didn't make sense. She was aggressively friendly to me from our very first meeting, never showing a hint of embarrassment at pushing herself onto me. And yet she's never showed any particular interest in my past. Just how convenient is that for me? Her lack of interest in my past makes sense if she'd already received an overview of my background. At a glance, she's just your typical horny big sister role player. But that could be a front hiding a killing machine. A woman who takes lives as naturally as she draws breath. I hadn't read her that way, but that's probably because I let my guard down. Unbelievably sloppy. If my master was alive, she'd knock me on my ass for this one. A convenient woman like that is obviously too good to be true. But even as I reproach myself, my chest is burning with bitter sadness. Oblivious to my silent regret, Amane eases my door open and begins to inch her way inside. Amane speaks in a whisper, probably a safeguard against the possibility that I'd awoken earlier than she expected. When there's no response, she continues to move into the room. I quietly follow, concealing myself in the shadows to avoid alerting her to my presence. Of course, she finds my bed empty. Amane looks around the room quickly, and after a moment, opens the door to my bathroom and pokes her head in to continue her search. What exactly was she planning to say if I had been taking a shower? Say what? Wait a second. Suo, Amane, did you seriously sneak in here with that idiotic... No, hold on. Could she have noticed my presence? Is this all just a masterful farce? Suo, Amane, you're one hell of a woman. Very well. Let's see just how long you can keep up this little act. Mind your own business. I'm working on it at my own pace. We're going in the laundry later anyway. And I was gonna finish that after my run, okay? She's finally ready to lay her trap. Or not. Amane picks up the bottle and starts to gather my scattered clothes from the floor. I've learned one thing as a man. You don't mess with the pile. For some reason, Amane unfolds the clothes in front of her face, buries her nose into them, and begins inhaling their scent. What are you doing, Amane? So, Amane, are you a dog? Oh god, you... Or rather, a bitch in heat? Are you a pervert, Suo Amane? Hey, what now? Why are you staring at my bed? Wait, you... Don't tell me. Yeah, yourself! Did you seriously just jump onto my bed? And now she's pressing her face into my sheets and snuffling loudly. What the hell are you doing? I wasn't gonna say she gets off to it just yet, but she gets off to that. Stick your face in my bed? Don't shake your ass around. Don't stick your face in my bed and shake your ass around. This girl really is a dog in human form. If you press your nose against the covers and inhale over and over, of course you're gonna get lightheaded from lack of oxygen. More importantly, is this what I think it is? If I'm reading this correctly... This woman is, in fact, a horny big sister role player. Allow me to correct myself. This woman is in fact a sex-crazed maniac. Big sister role player. Drunk on the man stink that's apparently lingering in my bed sheets, Amane wriggles her body, breathing roughly through her nose. But watching her shameful display, I feel more relieved than anything else. At the very least, there's no assassin this stupid. Now that I think this over calmly, there's no way anyone would arrange for such an elaborate assassination for me. A traffic accident would be more economical, the cleanup after the fact much less troublesome. All that suddenly ridiculous tension I've been filled with leaks out of my mouth. At this point, I finally noticed that I'm very thirsty. Moving relatively quietly, I open the door to my fridge and retrieve a large bottle of sports drink. I twist the cap off and drink directly from the bottle, gulping down a mouthful of cold liquor. As the chill soaks into my parched throat and the electrolytes course through my strained body, I realized just how worked up I'd been over nothing. Within her fantasy, I've apparently begun to reach my hand toward Amane's underwear. She's very concerned about this for some reason. At this rate, I'm gonna get a real show free of charge. What to do? Maybe the gentlemanly thing to do would be to go back outside and noisily pretend to return? With that thought, I start to return my drink to the fridge. But just as I separate my mouth from the 2-liter bottle, the liquid inside sloshes around vigorously, making a surprisingly loud sound. Shit! Unfortunately, that sound shatters Amane's delusion just as she's begun a slow, inviting wiggling of her hips. She springs up out of the bed, her eyes wide open. There's no time to hide. I'm standing there with a sports drink in my hand, staring at Amane, and she's staring right back. You did bring this on yourself, to be fair. For a while now. If I honestly tell Amane that I saw the whole thing, she might be hurt. Maybe I should be considerate and tell her I didn't see anything. But at this point, that would be way too barefaced to lie. So the middle ground would be to say, I only saw the last part. I think it was, you can't, Yuji-kun. Maybe stop, restrain yourself. Oh dear. Huh? What's wrong? You're sweating like crazy. Want some sports drink? I already took a swig, just so you know. Why? Should I have sung a song to help you get in the mood? Aww, god damn it. Why are you like this, Amane? Amane drops to the floor with a thud. Her face covers her face with both hands and breaks down in hysterical tears. Her legs buckling underneath her. Look, I'm the one who should be screaming here. Coming back to your room to find a woman wriggling around in your sheets? I don't remember learning an appropriate response to this particular scenario. On the bright side, at least you noticed me before you started rubbing my pillow between your legs, right? Hey! Hey, Amane? We're just trying to help. She pushes past me and runs away screaming, still hiding her face in her hands. Although from the state of her ears, I can infer that it's bright red. What am I supposed to do with this woman? hardly that big a deal. But apparently I'm the only one that thinks so. And a good hour later, it's time to go to school, but Amane's locked herself in her bathroom and shows no signs of emerging.
どうしたのよさ。
Man, she really took this hard.
セリなの？アメーバセキリなの？違うの。今は一人にして。じゃあ逆に出ないの？詰まってんの？違ってば。私のこと放っておいて。ああ、ごめん。もしかして生理？お薬持ってくる？いるんだってば。え？じゃあまさか来ないの？もしかして踏んでるの？違うって言ってたじゃが。
Well, the exact details aren't any of my business, but it seems that Makina's persistent siege eventually convinced Amane to leave the bathroom.
まったくもうアマネのせいですっかり遅くなっちゃったのよさ。
だからごめんってば。
Don't be too harsh. Amane has her reasons.
ごめんね、お兄ちゃんにまで付き合わせちゃって。ほら、アマネも謝りなさい。
It's so weird seeing Makina being the mature one here. Don't worry about it. This is almost my fault in a way.
つうかあんたのせいでしょうが。
っていうか、何があったのよさ。
I'll tell you when you're a little older, Makina.
話さなくていいから一生黙ってていいからお願いだから。
Don't ever tell her. Take it to the grave. You can practically see the question mark floating over Makina's head as she tries to get a grasp of the situation. Meanwhile, Amane seems to be trying to get through this by force of will alone. The three of us leave the dorm and begin to run towards the classroom. What's wrong, Makina? Falling behind! Run!
だから何度も謝ったでしょ。
Too many. Alright then, Makina. I'll teach you a wonderful song. It makes running more enjoyable. It's called a running cadence. In my old school, we sung these all the time when we had to run. Repeat after me. Got it? So Amane is a bitch and he... Yuji, you sly bastard. Oh my god. Rolling around in a man's bedsheet.
ちょっとその歌。
Good for you. Good for you. Good for me. Good. Well then, shall we take a leisurely walk and sing some nice nursery rhymes instead?
それこそやめなさい。シャレにならないわよ。
You're welcome. That was incredible. God damn, dude. Oh, god damn, that was savage. Although I'd been considerably trying to turn the whole incident into a joke so that we could laugh it off together, things didn't wrap up so neatly. Makina enjoyed the cadence call more than I'd expected. And when she got Sachi to join in a loud chorus during physical education that day, our classmates naturally started asking about the lyrics. Amane's response was to hang her head deeply and vaguely mumble, I don't even care anymore. Oh, poor Amane. Rocket is just like, oh, Amane is just like, oh, I regret everything. Okay, so other than some dropped frames at some point, I seem to have found the perfect middle ground for KBs for the bitrate. That makes me happy. The smile on her face at that moment was truly hollow.
せっかくみんなで遊ぼうってことになったんだから、ユミコも参加しなさいよ。
The moment I leave my room, I'm met with a shrill voice from the lobby.
私はそれを決めた場にいなかったもの。
それでもたまには全くしょうがないわねって言いながら参加してくれるのが優しさってもんじゃない。
What are we agreeing to?
たまにでいいなら今日は参加しなくてもいいってことよね。
あんたはまた人のアゲンストって。
From what I can gather, Michiru's trying to drag Sakaki into some sort of group event. So, do those two dislike each other after all? I ask Amane, who is watching the fight from the sidelines, to clear up a point of confusion.
仲が悪いってわけじゃないと思うけど、ほら、お互いの性格がね。
Yeah, I gathered that much. Let's see. Michiru tries to bring things together as everyone's leader, while Sakaki avoids excessive contact with those around her. It's really natural these two would come into conflict pretty frequently.
それに、この年になってまでおままごとを楽しむ気はないわ。
あんたね、いい加減にしないと、私も本気で怒るわよ。
Yeah, she's just like, please do.
それなら私にも考えがあるわ。
Yeah, Michiru, how did you think this was gonna end?
別にそんなの全然怖くないんだから。
Oh, really? Oh boy, Clash of the Titans here. Ben turned into a kettle. As I often do. Aww. This is a tense moment. Judging from the way she isn't backing down, even with that box cutter in her face, Michiru's gotten a little heated herself. Shouldn't we stop this?
そうね。二人が言い合うのはいつものことだけど、そろそろマキナも怖がり始めたし。
I look down to find Makina hiding behind Amane's back, watching the scene fearfully. If you want, I can try to calm them down.
それなら大丈夫。私たちには大魔神がついてるから。
Excuse me? The Demon Lord?
お願いね。
わかりました。
And so the fearsome Demon Lord, or rather, Sachi, slowly advances toward her prey. Crazy? Sachi's obviously not cut out for this role. She must have an ace up her sleeve.
やっぱそう思う？
No offense to Sachi, but when it comes to stopping an argument, I think you'd be more effective, Amane.
普通はそう考えるわよね。でも実際は違ったの。
There's a precedent?
そう。あれはユージ君以外のみんなが揃ってすぐの頃だったと思うけど。
Really
その
now?
時も
Flashback
今と同
time.
じようなことが起こって、最初は私が止めに入ったんだけど、結局二人それで藁をもつかむ勢いでさっちゃんにお願いしてみたんだけど、そしたら
She pulled it off?
しかも私やマキナが驚くくらいバシッとね。
あの時のサッチかっこよかったのよさ。
This is a little hard to swallow, honestly.
それはこれから起こることを見てれば嫌でも納得できるわよ。
You know what they say, seeing is believing. Let's see it. Hey, that's my line.
みちる様、榊さん。
何よサチ。今私ちょっと忙しいんだけど。
私も話なら後で聞くわ。 あまねさんにお願いされているので、それだと少し困るというか。
それより早くその物騒なものをしまいなさいよ。
ならそっちが先に考えを改めてくれる？
私は二人にお話があります。
Rumble.
みんなが困っているので、喧嘩をやめてくれませんか？
やだなあ、サチ。私たちは別に喧嘩してたわけじゃないわよ。
ええ、そうね、松島さん。
What the hell is that? She just asked them, and she did a crappy job of it.
効果てきめんでしょ。
True, the wind has completely gotten out of Michiru and Sakaki's sails.
きっとサッチ二人の前でブチぬわーって顔してるんだよ。
どうして広島弁出た？今。
I see. So this is the nature of her demonic powers. Hey, Michiru. Seeking further details, I capture Michiru as she totters away from the scene.
何よあんた。こんな突然。
Why did you stop arguing just now?
あんたはまだ本気のサチを見たことがないから、そんなことが言えるのよ。
Sachi has a serious mode?
そう。よく目で人を焦がすとか言うでしょ。
I've heard if looks could kill at least.
そうとも言うやつ。
Sure, whatever you
サチの
say.
あれはまさしくそれよ。
In other words, when Sachi needs to, she can fire a glare powerful enough to kill.
その通り。しかもあの目は間違いなく10万馬力は出てるわね。
Michiru continues to mumble to herself as she sits down on a nearby sofa.
やっぱり私、小峰さんが一番苦手だわ。
Sakaki, for her part, is unusually pale in the face.
これが一見気の弱そうなさっちゃんがクラス委員を任されている理由。
I'd really like to see this serious side in action.
ここには個性の強い学生が集まってるから、いざって時みんなに言うことを聞かせられる人間がいないとまずいじゃない？で、それができるのは私じゃなくさっちゃんだったってわけ。
So it seems.
さっちゃんはよく「分かりました」って言って何でも頼み事を引き受けてくれるけど、さっちゃんの「分かりました」は私たちにとって問題の解決とイコールなの。
You really place a lot of trust in Sachi's abilities.
そうなのよ。実は怒らせると一番怖いのはサッチンかもしれないんだから。
Aww. I still want to see it. I still want to see it. I want to see that point. Aww. Seems like I may have been underestimating Sachi. Sachi,
はい。
there's more to you than meets the eye. That was pretty impressive.
ありがとうございます。
さて、榊さんも参加してくれる気になったみたいだし、早速ボードゲーム大会を始めましょうか。
Board game tournament? What board game are we playing? Have fun. Don't worry about the noise. I'm the type who can sleep next to train tracks.
何言ってるの？ユージくんもやるのよ。
What?
みんなで遊ぶって言ってるんだから、当然あんたも入ってるに決まってるでしょうが。
私も強制参加させられているのだから分かっているわよね。
なのよね、サッチン。
はい。
Aww. They'd been going at it like cats and dogs just moments ago, but all of a sudden it's an utterly united front. Might be a little late in the game to realize it, but I seem to have ended up in a pretty troublesome school. Seriously, what board game are we playing, though?
A 液と B 液を混ぜる作業、何度やっても手が震えてくる。
What are we doing? Science stuff now? Solution A with solution B?
投票 日のズキズキを想像すると憂鬱になってくるわね。
Oh.
ないと色が綺麗な金髪でいられないからな。
So she bleaches her hair?
殺したみたいに痛いけど仕方ないのよミチル。我慢しなきゃ。
She really is the ultimate tsundere.
ああそうだ。一応皮膚に保護のためのクリームを塗り塗りと。ではこれを頭に。はっ。
Although it's not uncommon to hear someone who acts in bizarre or stupid ways derided as a space alien, as a general rule, the aliens I've seen in movies possess advanced intelligence surpassing even humanity. In some, they're even depicted as virtual gods, manipulating genetic sequences to control human evolution. Do aliens exist? If you ask scientific authorities on the subject, they'll tell you, in all likelihood, yes. Just as the children's eyes begin to sparkle, the scientists take on a malicious afternote. Not that they're anything like what you're thinking. Even if we do find some alien water flea wriggling around on a distant planet, I can't imagine it will inspire too passionate a response from the general public. People don't want to rip off like that for their ET. What they want is a simple by-the-book alien. Although I've experienced a wide range of auditory stimuli in my time, this is quite the ear-splitting shriek. There's considerable distance between me and the source, so there's no damage to my eardrums. But if I do approach, I do need to prepare myself a pretty decent set of earmuffs. Compared to the 120 decibels produced by the engine of a civilian aircraft, this is no match in pure volume. But when you consider the sheer unpleasantness factor, it's a pretty competitive match. She's really just like, ah shit, here we go again. Again? Mind explaining what's going on? Ceremony? How long is a while? Days? Weeks? Months? Years? What? What? Tomato Fight Festival? The fuck? I love how the first thing I get is Tomato Fight Spain 2023. 2022. God damn it, that is an annual thing. You gotta be shitting me. You gotta be shitting me. What exactly is that woman doing, other than shrieking like a banshee? Communicating with the stars, eh? I see. Plausible. That woman is definitely a little out of the ordinary. I don't think you should necessarily talk. Huh. I'm somewhat interested in the nature of this ceremony. Let's take a look. Like that? Like what exactly? Alright. I see. Then I'll just do that. As I approach Michiru's room, I notice a strange stench in the air. This is foul. Some kind of gas? Remembering my nose twitched in response. My mind recalls the tension it's noted the field. was trained to retain the capacity for action in a cloud of tear gas, but irrepressible coughing and running nose in your eyes, and irritation of your skin will always lower your effectiveness. No, my mistake. Gas? Thought it might have been a dispersed pepper spray. That seems to have been a misjudgment. The odor is terrible, but it's not dense enough to affect my... What's this? The ceremony Makina was talking about? It hurts? What's that supposed to mean? This ceremony? Don't tell me it involves human sacrifice. When you think of human sacrifice, Mayan civilization is what comes to mind. In order to offer tribute to the god of the sun, it's said they would paint a human being blue and gouge out their still beating heart. The fuck? Yeah, dude, Mayans were hardcore. The fuck? Ceremonies like that should have been ancient history by now. And in the first place, we're in Japan here, you know? Hard to believe, but if Michiru happens to have painted her body blue, then it's bingo. What, she's emerged? I immediately tumble my way across the hall with a skillful shoulder roll, hide myself in the shadows, and silence the sound of my breath. In this moment, I know fear. Not the fear of death, but the fear of darkness. This is, in fact, a variety of terror completely new to me. To explain its nature concisely. What the hell is this? Michiru's body was not, in fact, dyed blue, which is all well and good, but rolls of cling wrap are draped all around her head. From inside, a mysterious sap drips out in globs. Just as Makina said, Michiru's eerie, irregular movements are reminiscent of a space alien. This must be the particular variety of terror that accompanies a close encounter of the third kind. If I'm discovered, all bets are off. It's that sort of fear. Michiru wanders around the hallway with vacant eyes. Her cries are truly bizarre. Is she receiving a message? Or could that shriek itself be her transmission to the stars? Michiru draws near. Her lips are trembling violently, and her eyes seem to have rolled back into her head. She passes by a hiding place and wanders off somewhere. It's been a long time since I wished so desperately from the bottom of my heart, please don't find me. She's left a slimy trail behind her, like a slug. I thought she was nothing more than a tsundere wannabe. Thinks she can conduct such a mysterious ritual. Clearly I need to handle her with more caution.
あなた、何してるの？そんなところで不自然に寝転がって。
If it isn't Sakaki, let me ask you instead. What are you doing standing up like that? As for me, I was just taking evasive action in response to a certain crisis.
そう、大変なのね。
I can feel your sarcasm from here. I stand up, brushing off the dust my clothes picked up during my roll across the floor. Incidentally, what are your thoughts on extraterrestrial life? I know it's a difficult question, but I want to organize my own thoughts on the matter. Please let me hear your opinion. Sakaki answers my sudden question without
そう
hesitation.
ね。来年には宇宙戦争が始まるわ。
Well, my water's gone. Is that a fact, Yumiko? What?
宇宙からのファーストコンタクト。それは思いもよらない形から始まる。人間たちは未知の恐怖に怯え、理解よりも警戒が勝ってしまう。その結果、 人々は安らかな睡眠のために武器を手に取ることを選択するのよ。
A battle for survival, huh? Sometimes there's no room for any other choice. There's an old saying, the first blow is half the
で
battle.
もナポレオンはこう言ってる。戦いは最後の5分間にある。
In Napoleon's words, the battle lies in the last 5 minutes. This is true, this is true. I see where you're going with this.
宇宙戦争は人類の敗北という形で幕を引く。恐怖から逃れるために武器を取ることは間違っている。と、最後に結んでその小説は終わったわ。
Novel? Wow. We were talking about a book?
当たり前じゃない。宇宙人についてなんて急に言われても答えようがないもの。
I see. My bad.
いいえ、別に。だけど、これからは廊下での匍匐前進は慎みなさい。
Huh. Crawling, is it? True, the low crawl they teach every SDF branch is a method of advancing with your body plus flat on the ground, so it's not surprising you'd see it that way. But I didn't advance even a single meter, now did I? Your powers of observation are still lacking, Sakaki Yumiko, my friend. That was what we call the prone position.
来年に宇宙戦争が起こるというのは本当でしょうか？
Oh, it's Sachi. Whoa, were you listening?
すみません。立ち聞きをしていたわけではないのですが、偶然耳に入ってしまって。
Sachi's anxious expression suggested she took my conversation with Sakaki completely seriously. I'd say that depends on the contents of Michiru's reports. If she really is sending transmissions into space, their contents will decide our fate.
ミチル様が宇宙と交信を？それは初耳です。
Oh, you're funny, Sachi. Humankind ravages nature and slaughters innocent animals to eat their corpses. If the aliens learn of our savage ways, we won't get off easy. If you want, we can go watch the crucial moment together.
はい、お供させていただきます。
There, you see? Hey, careful. Get any closer and you'll be in danger.
あの姿を見たのは初めてではありませんが、いつも通りショッキングです。
Listen, observe with caution. Can you see how her eyes have rolled back?
はい、白目を向いています。
Probably a sign that she's under control of the mothership.
母艦から。さすが風見さんです。そんなことがわかるなんて。
Oh, you're funny, Sachi. Well, it's only a hypothesis for the moment.
あれは何ですか？ひどく体をビクンビクンさせていますが。
Yes, yes it is. She may well be fighting with someone in the spirit world. But in the end, we're merely spectators. We can do nothing but watch over her battle.
ミチル様、大変な状況だったんですね。私、そんなこととはつゆ知らずにおりました。
Then again, we can also interpret this in a very different
と
way.
言いますと、
That's a dance.
ダンス？
At a glimpse, it may look like she's going into convulsions. There's also the possibility that she's simply working on her
頭から
moves.
液体を垂らしながら踊りの練習。ミチル様は一味違いますね。
If you think of it as a modern dance expressing her inner self, I'd say this is actually pretty spot on.
ですが、ミチル様がダンスに精通しているなんて知りませんでした。踊っている姿を拝見したことがあまりないの
Amane
で。
didn't pick up those cooking skills in a day either. Expertise is the result of hidden dedication to your craft. In other words, Michiru is sowing the seeds here and now for the future flowering of artistic accomplishment.
あんな必死なお顔で、ミチル様の努力には感服いたします。いつか素敵な暗黒舞台を見せていただきたいものです。
ねえ、二人で仲良く何してるの？
Shh! Be quiet.
今、ミチル様のダンスの練習を見学していたところです。
ダンス？どれどれ？ああ、なんだいつものあれじゃない。またやってるのね。
Doesn't it just bring a tear to your eye?
まあそれはそうね。でもちょっと怖くて見たくないな。
Don't you understand the magnificence of those movements? These steps express the terror of an invasion from outer space! Truly avant-garde! Oh my god, he's starting to sound more like Okame than I would think.
わかんないわよ。ただ痛みを我慢してるようにしか見えない。
Philistine! To think your frigidity would extend to the fine arts as well!
ちょっと待ってよ。待って何よ。待って。私不干渉じゃないでしょ。
Oh really?
何よもう。
あまねさん、言ってしまわれましたね。
I noticed. What a sad human being. Can't even appreciate this work of art! Or whatever it is, since I'm basically just making stuff up here.
なるほど。
If it wasn't obvious. Alright, are we bored yet?
いえ、まだ観察したいと思っています。
I see. You're passionate. I'm bored. Frankly, I got bored about 2 minutes in.
そうですか。では、私も掃除を続けたいと思います。それでは、失礼いたします。
Good work. If you observe any dramatic changes in speech you do, make sure to report them to me.
はい。
You're too sweet, Sachi. As I'm leaving, it occurs to me that Michiru's movements are also similar to those of a zombie. If that woman is in fact one of the undead, I suppose I'll have to put a bullet in her head. Not to worry, my friend, I'm an expert at this. Ching ching! Reddy's Colt M1911. I missed it. Mani was rolling her eyes just a moment ago. Yeah, you know what I've done. You know what I've done on a certain game over the years. Compared to walking the earth as the living dead, I'm sure she would want it that way. Yes, most definitely, most definitely. Poor Michiru. Truly, we are witnessing the struggles of the ultimate tsundere. When you take a walk like this, you realize just how wide a range of shops there is in this town. Just for food, we got butchers, fishmongers, greengrocers, and convenience stores. There's even 2 large supermarkets on either side of the station. The town I was living in before, there was of course a shopping area, and its scale was adequate to avoid any problems in my daily life, but it's overall a pretty compact district, and most of the stores were small family-owned businesses. Doesn't even bear comparison to what you find in a town fairly close to the metropolitan area like this one. I don't intend to estimate the wealth of the town by its facade alone, but looking at the number of chick retailers of clothes, jewelry, and other non-essential luxury goods, you'll naturally get an idea of this place's relatively high-class population. So as for what I'm currently doing in this affluent town, I was on my way to buy curtains for my windows, heading to a hardware store Amane told me about. Had been. Right, past tense. I noticed a certain abnormality about 10 minutes ago. More specifically, someone was on my tail. I thought my imagination might have been acting up at first, but when I abruptly changed my course just to be safe, they came charging after me in a panic. There's no way this is a coincidence. There are 3 pursuers. Since they're following me in a group, rather than dispersed individually, it's incredibly easy to tell. Pretending to look into the show of a watch shop along the street, I casually glanced at their faces. But they weren't familiar in the slightest. For a group with a grudge against my workplace, they seemed far too sloppy and dim-witted. Basically, they just looked like a bunch of juvenile delinquents. Although naughty lads like this exist in any town, it feels like you actually find more of them in well-off places like this. And they tend to be of a particularly ugly variety. They say the poor can't afford manners, but I find that living in a place where everything you need is dropped in your lap tends to twist people in its own way. Forget about hard work and it's easy to fall into warped ways of thinking. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Well then, what to do? What reason would they have for following me around? Although I've been thinking it over for a while, nothing is coming to mind. In which case, it would probably be best to ask them directly. Guess I'll lure them into some nice dark alley. Looking around my surroundings perfectly casually, I'm startled when something unexpected catches my eye. Not now. Shit. Why does she have to appear at this of all times? Whoop. Oh, yep. Somebody fat-fingered there. Somebody fat-fingered this. No, it's nothing. Are you alone? Where's Amane? I understand that, but you understand. But you don't understand. You're in danger. Amane said that? Cheeky girl. Well, what can I do about this shrimp? At this rate, she might get mixed up in this. I thrust my hand into the rear pocket of my school uniform and pull out 3 10,000 yen notes rolled up with a rubber band. It's hot today, isn't it, Makina? Feel like some ice cream? What Amane doesn't know won't hurt her. I really want ice cream. Can you go buy some? Please. I'll explain it to Amane so she won't get mad at you, okay? I take Makina's hand to forcibly close it around the 30,000 yen. Really? Then go ahead and use the change to dabble in the stock market. Anyway, ice cream. Head over to the Baskin Robinson on the other side of the station. Make mine a caramel ribbon. Double or triple, whatever's fine. Get what you want. What? Because I'm too embarrassed to go in the first place. Come on, get going. Amane say that? Yep, sounds like something she'd say. Cheeky girl. Alright, we will. With who? While watching Makina trot off with some money clenched in her hand, I exhale slowly. The bunch following me doesn't show any signs of chasing after Makina and her money. In other words, they're not after me for cash. It's not a robbery. I guess that would leave a personal grudge or some sort of class resentment. Either way, not a particularly welcome situation. Well, whatever. After watching Makina disappear, I find an alley between the cleaners and a liquor store, and casually turn into it as if taking a shortcut.
Oi, あいつどこ行った? 逃げられたんか? だから言ったべよ。あいつやっぱ気づいてたんだって。言ってる間に探せよ、ボギー。ほんと使えねえなって。てめえらって何よ。俺も入ってんの？何それ？リーダー気取り？だからてめえ。一度まぐれで勝ったぐらいで、随分とビッグなマウス叩いちゃってくれちゃってんじゃんよ。いいぜ。来いよ。俺はいつでもやってやんよ。マジで。やめろよ。今あんなことしてる場合じゃねえべよ。
Hey there.
てめえ、どこに隠れてやがった？
Hmm? Behind those beer cases. You need something?
なかなかと自分から出てきやがって。なんかよか。だってよ。
This'll be fun.
やつだね。あんたそれ、三浜学園の制服だよな。
Yeah, it is. What of it?
じゃああんたには悪いんだけどもよ。ボコらしてもらうわ。
Why would you do that?
理由なんかねえよ。ただおめえをボッコボコにしてえだけ。理解できたか？あ？
So just because, huh? Hey now, you're scaring me. Please stop. I can't stand
悪く
violence.
思うなよ。こっちも仕事なんでな。
Job?
ぐちゃぐちゃうるせえんだよ。
In an apparent attempt to intimidate me, the man fires a flashy burst of sparks from the stun gun in his hand. The discharge of electrical energy scorches particles of dust into the atmosphere. A burning smell fills the air, pricking the depths of my nose. I close my eyes. In the next moment, a siren rings out in my head. I'm in pouring rain, pushing through the mud at my feet, the taste of iron spreading through my mouth. Hiding my body from the light of the flares, a knife dyed black in my hand, swallowing down my heart as it tries to leap out of my mouth. If you want to protect something, first protect yourself. It seems the time has come to make use of my super self-defense technique.
おとなしくしてりゃ、命だけは助けてやんぞ。
As the man raises his stun gun and takes a fighting stance, I draw a huge breath into my lungs, and ringing out my voice to the limit, I scream. Help me!
てめえ、ふざけんな。
Someone help! Call the police!
でけえ声出すんじゃねえよ。おら！
The man's stun gun discharges a threatening pale bluish arc of electricity in my general direction. I reach out and gently grasp his out-thrust hand as if trying to shake. Well, I guess that's about what you'd expect. In this narrow alley, all three can't attack me at once. Maybe he planned for this sort of cramped space. Maybe it's just a coincidence from prioritizing ease of concealment. Either the iron pipe in the man with the black tank top's hand is cut very short, not well suited for disabling me with a single blow. That said, the guy next to him with the knife isn't much use either. It might look like the most dangerous of the bunch at a glance, but a weapon like that is actually a hindrance if he's planning to kill me. He's not planning to kill me. In this situation, the flashiest, easiest to use weapon is also the most effective. The stun gun can stop me dead with a single attack. The ideal would be to fire off a single shot to eliminate my mobility and crush my fighting spirit, then have all three surround me and beat me senseless. Nope. Now that's just rude. I don't go around holding hands with men for the fun of it. Though it looks like a casual light grasp, truth is I've got a hold on a vital point of the hand he's holding the stun gun with. When I put pressure on this exact spot, he can't push or pull as long as he's maintaining his grip. If you were to pull back hard using the weight of his body, he could rip his hand free. But I'm controlling his center of gravity as well, so that's sadly not an option. It's not like I'm grabbing you that hard. You're just like the monkey with his hand stuck in the jar. Might as well just drop the banana, right? At my words, the man's firm grip on his stun gun weakens for just an instant. And the moment I feel the loosening of his proximal phalanx bones, I twist his wrist sharply upward and dig my thumb hard into the side of his hand. By first extending the joints of his wrist, then attacking them with the pinpoint pressure of my finger, I've completely disabled his ability to maintain a grip. The stun gun slips out of his hand. Whoops! Catching the stun gun as it falls from the man's hand, I jerk his arm upward to immobilize his elbow joint, then push him hard against the pile of beer cases stacked along the wall. Oops! I mash the man's face against the beer case while maintaining my incapacitating wrist hold. In the next moment, I push the stun gun against the scruff of his neck and throw the switch without hesitation. One down. Here, catch! As the next man raises his short iron pipe above his head like a hammer, I abruptly tossed the stun gun in his direction. The man reaches out in a panic to try and receive it. It's been a while since I've seen a bunch of clowns. I kicked my knee up sharply into his virtually defenseless abdomen, instantly doubling over his belly like in an instinctive attempt to protect the place he's been attacked. The man's chin sticks out as if begging to be kicked. Well, if you insist. The air that was in that man's lungs squirts out through his nose as his eyes roll back in his head. He crumbles face first onto the ground. I'll give you 2 seconds. Drop the knife. 1, 2. The man throws the knife in his hand and stumbles backward in a blind panic, trying to escape. And where are you going? I quickly trample down on his foot from above, sealing his movement, then strike hard at the base of his throat with the joint of my right thumb. His throat crushed in the middle of a breath, the man's momentarily compressed trachea sticks shut under the inward pressure from his lungs, rendering breathing temporarily impossible. As the man claws desperately at his throat, his eyes bulge open wide and release a flood of tears. He falls with a thud onto his backside. I don't think we were done with our chat. You have to be a patient kid and listen to what others have to say, or you won't get any snacks, okay? Glancing sidelong at the man as he grasps his throat with both hands and flails his legs on the ground, I crouch down and pick up the knife he tossed away. Well, if your throat happens to get cut, you won't be able to eat your snack anyway, I guess. I've got questions. Would you be so kind as to answer? What, can't talk? Want me to open a hole in your lung? It'll release that air pressure so you can breathe nice and easy. The man responds to my offer by violently shaking his head from side to side. Don't worry, you got 2 perfectly good lungs. Getting a hole poked in one won't kill you. As I stand looking down on him with the knife in one hand, the man scrabbles desperately on the ground, trying to put some distance between us. Seriously, where do you think you're going? You want me to make it physically impossible for you to run? Just answer my questions. First question, who gave you the orders? One of you said this was your job, right? But you didn't show any interest in a little girl with money in her hand, so this wasn't just a stick-up. Somebody asked you, right? To beat the shit out of me in particular. Screwed up. Should have talked to him instead of you. Still grasping the knife in my hand, I glance back at the man with the bandana. He's flat on the asphalt, his eyes rolled all the way back in his head, drooling from the mouth. Oh, whatever. Next question. Did you come after me knowing who I am? Do you know my name? Well, that's as expected. The first thing these guys asked me was about the Mihama uniform. That's evidence they were targeting a male Mihama Academy student rather than Kazami Yuji. That said, I'm the only male student at Mihama Academy at the moment. Ultimately, I was the specific target. Considering the bunch of clowns they sent, it's hard to think this has any connection to anyone with a grudge related to my job. So who the hell, and for what reason? First things first. Doesn't seem like I'm gonna get anything useful out of you, does it? In that case, might as well finish this one off, wake up Bandana Man and squeeze it out of him. Don't get so worked up. Rest assured, I don't kill people. Well, sometimes they might wish I had by the time I'm through. What are you quivering about? You that scared to die? I realize that I'm still gripping the open knife in my hand. Ah, my bad. I'll give this back later. I release the folding knife's lock and shut the blade away with a snap. But I'd recommend not carrying toys like this around. Having one on hand makes you want to use it. With something like this in your pocket, your mouth gets smarter. You start swaggering around and picking stupid fights with people, and if you lose control, you end up doing something you can't take back. It's probably just trying to look cool. Depending on a toy like this to prop up your ego seems more pathetic from where I stand. The blinding beam of a flashlight shines through the dim alley into my face, and I instinctively shield my eyes. Yeah, no need to scream. Not an old man, my ears work just fine. That's my line. Have to say though, the police force in this town really is pretty impressive. Did you hear my scream? What's that supposed to mean? Almost sounds like you think of me as that guy who's gonna cause trouble sooner or later. Talk about rude. Come on now, I'm the victim here, you know? I'm still holding the knife I took from the man in my hand. Guess I won't be able to talk myself out of this one. Damn it. Guess that's that. And of course, she has to come back at this exact moment. When I turn around, I find Makina standing behind me, ice cream cones in hand. No, she's my, classmate, I suppose. Well, for some reason, I've got the feeling this policeman's mental image of me is getting worse by the second. Yeah, fine. Don't worry, it's not like I'm getting arrested. I'll be back as soon as I explain the situation. You go ahead and head home. I drop a hand on Makina's head with a gentle thump, and use my other hand to take the ice cream cone she brought for me. Thanks for the ice cream. She has no idea what's going on. I said I'd come, didn't I? She has nothing to do with it. Go ahead, Makina. Not going off to war. Don't make that face. I'll be back soon. When I give her back a light push, Makina slowly walks away, pausing several times to glance back at me. After watching her disappear around a corner, I turn to face the policeman. Even I can be kind to children when the mood strikes me. The policeman points at my hand, where I'm holding my caramel ribbon cone. Mind your own business. I sink my teeth into the ice cream Makina brought me. And back here again. Fantastic. And so, I find myself in this sweat box for the second time. I've been through this once already. I've gotten a little used to the place. While the uniformed cop was guiding me here, I looked around the station for familiar faces. I noticed the young detective who interviewed me the other day slurping up soba noodles at his desk. Trying to send a small message of apology for the last time, I smiled and bowed my head lightly in greeting. The young detective scowled back bluntly and spun his chair away from me, still clutching his bowl. Possibly he's got some idea of my background now, as the gesture seemed to be saying, I've got no intention of playing nice with Grisaia. Either way, it was a firm and unambiguous rejection. An attitude like that, it's no wonder why one of the police rarely get any civilian cooperation these days. I nearly told him as much, but managed to swallow the words down with a smile. Looking at things from his point of view, I'm definitely nothing but trouble. If he sits down across from me again, I think I might as well come out and give him a vocal apology at least. But betraying my expectations, the person who enters the room is the sly-looking elder detective I spoke with before my release last time. Well, times 4. I don't know if it's a vocal tick or what. The detective seems to enjoy repeating that word. But this sort of guy just loves to play the slow-witted old man like that. Then suddenly ask, how many times did I say well just now, to probe how mentally focused you are on the conversation. If you respond, don't know, having thrown you off balance, he'll barrage you with sharp, to-the-point questions. This is the sort of old codger you can never let your guard down around. I was the victim of a unilateral assault. I didn't go looking to cause trouble. More importantly, if you ID'd the people who attacked me...
それはもう3人とも窃盗や傷害の前科がありましてね。すぐに身元は判明しましたよ。
Who are they?
聞いてどうなさるおつもりです？
I'm not particularly looking for revenge, if that's what you're worried about.
ということは、素性によってはお仲間に困りますな。確かにポンといなくなっても誰も気に留めないような連中ですがね。うちは職犯じゃないんですからな。
Just a bunch of thugs?
そう考えてもらって間違いありませんな。あの中の一人は地元の暴力団とのつながりもありますが、まあ極めて善良な一般市民ですな。
Exemplary, huh?
方々に比べればという意味ですよ。
You didn't need to spell that out. And they confessed anything about why they attacked me?
そりゃもう素直にゲロしましたよ。ですがまあ、なんと説明したものでしょうね。いわゆる最近流行りのネット殺人ってやつなんですよね。
Net murder?
いや、私も詳しくないんでうまく説明できないんですがね。なんでもネットの掲示板に殺人依頼の書き込みをすると、いわゆる仕置き人という連中が代理で実行してくれるらしいのですわ。
Yeah, so they hired a hitman.
まあ、殺人依頼の書き込みってのはほとんどが冷やかしで、実際のところは気に入らない相手の名前を書いて死なない程度に袋叩きにしてくれというのがほとんどだそうなんですがね。
So they didn't have any idea of my background when they attacked me?
うちの若いのにそのインターネット掲示板とやらを調べさせたのですが、あなたの名前は上がっていないそうです。連中が名前も知らずにあなたを襲ったのは間違いないでしょう。
Who placed the request?
そこまでは。一応、ハンドルネームっていうんですかね。名前のとこにはマオと書かれていたそうですよ。何かお心当たりは？
Mao. Add a U to that name and yeah, that rings a lot of bells actually, funnily enough. Mao? No idea. You couldn't trace the IP?
なんだかよくわかりませんけどね。今うちの若い連中がその辺から調べてるみたいで、プロバイダーまでは終えたらしいんですが、どうにも漫画喫茶から発信されたみたいでね。
From a
今
manga
何か向かわ
cafe.
せとるところです。
What kind of an idiot runs a public net cafe without restricting on BBS posting in this day and age? Regardless, I don't think there's much hope of finding the criminal among their
い
customers.
やはや、しかし最近は何でもネットですよ。私らジジイにはチンハハ。私らはほれ、コンピューターってやつで動いてますんだね。
That gag physically hurt. If this was America, I'd sue.
何にせよ恐ろしい世の中ですよ。あなたもせいぜい気をつけることですな。
Sorry for the trouble. Continuing this conversation isn't going to get me any more information. I lift myself up off the cheap folding chair.
風見さん、まだ帰ってもらっちゃ困るのですわ。
Hmm? You've already got my statement,
その
right?
ことなんですがね。今回の件を傷害事件として刑事告訴されますか？
Not necessarily. I haven't suffered anything except the loss of my time and energy.
まあそれがよろしいでしょうな。風見さん、あなたちょっとやりすぎですよ。 逆に過剰防衛の線で粘られ下手すりゃ特別公務員暴行陵虐罪ってやつですわ。おたくさんの組織じゃ裁判費用は自腹なんじゃないですか？
If they try suing me, I'll have a little talk with my superiors. You did say nobody would miss them if they fell off the face of the earth, right?
怖い怖い。では今回の件は私の方でうまく処理しておきましょう。
Sorry, I'd appreciate that. Next time I stop by, I'll bring a
もう
present.
二度と来ないでくれるのが一番ありがたいですな。
Turning my back on the vaguely grating laughter of the sly old man, I leave the sweatbox. Well then, how do I explain this one to JB? It's all well and good that the police let me walk, but my problems aren't quite over. This incident must have reached Ichigaya by now. As my direct superior and case officer, JB will be taking a lot of heat. In fact, she's probably grudgingly kowtowing to the brass right about now. I let out a short sigh, take my cell phone from my pocket, and turn on the power. In the next moment, with startling timing, it begins to ring.
Hello,
Hi there, JB. Your voice is lovely as always. I've been charmed out of my senses. Want to get married?
今すぐ婚姻届を持って市ヶ谷まで私を迎えに来てちょうだい。
My bad, let's get down to
分かって
business.
るとは思うけど、私は忙しいの。だから担当直入に言うけど、次に問題を起こしたら謹慎ね。ついでに外出と主保物品も規制して強制労働を課します。
Hey, JB, did you know there's actually a word for that now? It's called imprisonment.
寂しくないように週に一度は面会に行ってあげるから。
Is that how the grown-ups run things in this country?
正常に機能しない国防装置に払う税金はないの。言ってる意味はわかるわね。
I understand.
も
My
し
bad.
言い訳があるのなら聞いてあげる。
No, I don't have an excuse, but there's something I want
聞
to
いてみ
say.
なさいな。
JB, I love you, and...
それと
No, I shouldn't. If I say this, you'll definitely get mad.
何よ。怒らないから言いなさい。
Okay, here I go. Quit your bitching, fish face. I'll stick that phone so far up your ass you'll feel the ringtone in your colon. I quickly end the call and turn off the cell phone. JB, you're a truly understanding superior to lend an ear to your subordinates' abuse. It's thanks to you that I can vent my stress and enjoy my days in serenity.
お兄ちゃん。
Makina? Were you waiting for me here?
はい。だってお兄ちゃん警察に連れて行かれちゃったし、後から来た警察の人に話を聞いたら、なんか3人の男の人と喧嘩したって言うし、
That's sweet, Makina.
私心配だったのよ。
I see. I dropped my hand on Makina's head with a thud. It's becoming a habit. All the head pats for Makina. All the head pats for Makina. How to put it? His head is just at just the right height to rest your hand on.
ずっと待ってたのよ。
Sorry I worried you. When I look closely, Makina is still clutching the paper from her ice cream cone in her hand. She must have taken my "I'll be back soon" literally and stayed right here the entire time.
怪我はしてないの？大丈夫？
Who do you think you're talking to? There's no way I'd lose to the likes of them.
お兄ちゃん、喧嘩強いの？
Don't want to boast, but the only person who's beat me in a fight is my master.
じゃあ、私がピンチな時は助けてくれる？
You just worry about living a solid, decent life. You won't need rescuing. More importantly, let's get back quickly. Amane must be worried.
怒られそうになったら助けてくれる？
Well, yeah, I think I can handle that much at least. Come on, let's go. She nods energetically, trots up next to me, and grabs hold of my left hand. First Amane, now Makina. Why are my hands in such demand lately? Apparently sensing my unspoken complaint, Makina squeezes my hand forcefully.
どこにも行ったら嫌なのよ。
Don't need to squeeze that hard. I'm not gonna vanish all of a sudden.
絶対。
Can't make any guarantees.
うん。
She's so cute when she pouts. As I pull Makina along by your strangely warm hand, we set off to the dorm. We walk side by side, our lengthening shadows spreading out across the road. A long time ago, I used to be fascinated and puzzled by the way shadows would grow as the sun began to sink under the horizon. Who explained it to me at the time? I don't think it was my mother. Although I do remember walking hand in hand with my master at sunset, there's no way that woman would have given me a straight answer. Should leave? Yeah, it was my sister, wasn't it? Bathed in the evening sun, pulled along by my sister's hand, I pointed at my expanding shadow and asked her, why do shadows get all long at sunset? The answer she gave in return was overly technical, explaining how the changing of the seasons affected the phenomenon, and at the time I didn't really understand any of it. It used to be. I was the one being pulled along.
何？
No, it's nothing.
独り言が多いと変なやつだと思われちゃうのよ。
Please, I'm already at that point. I do it all the time. Duly noted. And thought I'd ever become the sort of person who could take another's hand in mine and lead them home. There's no guarantees I'll be here to do the same tomorrow. By this time tomorrow evening, the hand that's holding hers may be gone. And I think that's where we're going to stop for. And I think that's where we're going to stop for today. I had a lot of fun with this. It was nice getting back into this game again. Woo! This was quite an eventful day, I must say. A lot of focus on our ultimate tsundere. And some more focus on Makina, who is becoming a bit of a favorite of mine. At first it was Amane, but I'm definitely warming up to Makina now. She's a little shorty, but oh my god, she is so precious. And a bit wittier than you'd think. I'm sorry if you just joined Kill Camp. Oh, it feels so bad, but it's almost 3:30 in the morning and I have work tomorrow, so while I'd like to keep going, I have to maintain something of a sleep schedule for work, so unfortunately I have to go, dude. I'm really enjoying the game so far. Oh. Yeah, I will sleep. Because tomorrow, Zach and I are going to be doing some Blue Skies. And based on what Caleb was saying earlier, I don't know if we're going to get to Steins Gate on Saturday. We will see. He's got stuff he's dealing with. But yeah. Still don't have really a whole lot to say other than, if shit keeps heating up with Yuji here, you know, if those thugs, you know, were somebody more, you know, serious about what they're doing, then we could see some escalation. That's what I'm waiting to see. So yeah, I guess we'll see what happens next time. It was nice getting to get a little more of a spotlight on Michiru this time. At least for some of the runtime tonight. But yeah. Guess I will see you guys same time next week. So yeah, all that to say, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.